and we are live in 3, 2, 1. We're going live now. We are live, everybody. Good evening.
We are back again.
Good evening. We are back again. Rufus is here. Hopefully everything is good and grand, and all is fan-dabby-doorsy. Let me have a look and bring up that button there. Susie, good evening, Susie. Good evening, everyone. Lisa and Rufus. Hello, my darling. Lovely to see you, Susie. That's interesting. I haven't got it on my screen. There we go. I do now. Karen Dewar. Good evening to Karen. Hello, my darling. People are trickling in. So yes, we'll allow people to trickle in. Whilst we do, Rufus, what can we talk about while people are trickling in? We will say, I know, shall we talk about the fact that we've only got one pussycat?
We have at the minute, yeah.
Yes.
Was it I've come back and...
Yeah. First of all, if you were here on Sunday, I did the stream
with an extra pussycat.
With 2 cats at one point. Yes. It was I was about to say I was surrounded by P-words, yeah, but I didn't. I nearly said that.
The neighbour had been she'd been away and left her cats outside.
She had done.
We still don't know where the
boy is, Prince is.
Where he is. We don't know where he's gone. But all of a sudden, was it you let her out to make sure she wanted to go toilet, make sure she does it outside?
That was on... Was she gone when you got back?
Yeah, she was.
So that would have been on Saturday?
Yeah.
No. When did you get back? Tuesday. So that was on Monday.
Yeah,
so Monday afternoon, she went out for a loo. And then she didn't come back in Monday evening. And I was going, oh, Princess.
When you think the next door, she took her back in and then...
Well, no, she didn't take her back in. I looked on the cameras, because we've got a camera.
Yeah.
I still need to get all the rest of them put up. But, yeah, we've got the camera. And I saw it wasn't our neighbour, but it was one of her friends.
Yeah.
Picked up Princess.
Yeah.
And then that was the last I saw. I didn't see where she put her or anything else. Yeah. But she picked Princess up, and then... it would just be if you click on messages. Yeah, Jane Day, Empress. Oh, Your Imperial Highness, we genuflect in your general direction, Mum. Jane, if you are messaging, I sent you a text with Rufus's phone number on because I dropped my phone in Home Bargains today and smashed my screen.
Yeah. And you was like, oh, it's all right, Mum. I've dropped it millions of times.
No, I thought, because the screen didn't crack, it's just no longer functional. But because it didn't crack...
Like a couple of discoloured bits on the side, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the bit. So the screen is completely black apart from a little tiny bit on the side and a little bit on the other side where you can see there's power going to it. Yeah, it's just the screen bit has broken.
Yeah.
So Jane Day, my darling, check your screen. Well, you can see that there because we don't need that, do we? So it will come up because I've got everything else I need to look at. So yes, so a very expensive trip to Home Bargains.
But then found there's literally a little shop like
opposite us,
5 minutes or so walk up the road that will do it for, was it
£60, which is a better price than I was expecting. So yeah, Jane, check your email. You've got Rufus's phone number. I can't do anything. Phone is dead. Not that I need my phone or I'm on the phone 24/7 or I'm looking at all the Lego bargains or anything, you understand. Much.
No, never.
I know. Anne-Marie Pollock, good evening to you. Lisa Temlett, good evening to you. Karen says good evening to everyone. Jane Thompson said something and then deleted it off. It might have been a rude word. She might have said, Lisa, your hair is looking bloody disgustingly horribly horrible.
Nah.
Or she might have said, Rufus, you are looking terribly handsome today. Please leave Lisa and run away with me.
Like,
or she might have gone,
she might be like, oh, Lisa, look, you got wonderful highlights in your hair.
Are you talking about the grey?
No,
I spent a lot of money getting one of the super fine things, just because you don't understand this.
Highlights.
No, you used to get the highlight rubber thing that you put on your head and you pull the holes through. I now have a very fine thing that I do.
Mind you, that does remind me of. Do you remember those Play-Doh barber set?
Yes, that's what it looks like. Yes, with the plasticine hair.
You would pull the arms down, and all the plasticine comes out of the hair.
You don't know this, but sometimes when I'm in the toilet for a long time and you go, "Are you on your phone?" And I go, "No, I'm not on my phone. I'm actually got one of those things on, and I'm strand by strand, I'm dyeing that individual strand a platinum white colour. It takes a long time. So it's not actually grey.
Yeah.
It's platinum white, mini, super, micro highlights. That's what it is. Yes. Yeah. Janet says, hello, Lisa and Rufus. Beanfeast57. Hello, Shao, my darling. I hope you're doing okay. I'm really, really glad you're still joining us for the Losers Club, even though you've given the old SW a swift kick up the doodah. So,
it's not for everyone, is it?
It's not for everyone.
Also, there's lots of things that, you know,
and also your head's got to be in the right place.
Yeah, but there's lots of things that can get you where you need to be. It just sometimes Slimming World isn't for everybody.
Exactly. And if your head's not where it needs to be right now, then so be it. No. But also, you might just be a bit like...
You might just be having a break.
Did you watch Shell's video? It came out when you were down there.
About that, no longer doing it.
Yeah, because she said she's been on a diet for the longest time and just bored of it.
Yeah.
Which I completely agree with. Good evening to Ed, the Ethelred, the Unready.
But there's nothing wrong with having a break in the middle.
There's nothing wrong. No. Oh, God, my voice is going. There's nothing wrong with being large. I mean, Shell isn't even that big.
No.
It's not like you were where I was when I started, where I go, oh, I'm just going to live my life like this. And they go, okay, that's 5 years you got left then. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You're like an average sized human being. So
that's it.
Just glad you're here with us though, Shal. Belinda Neve, good evening to you. Jane Thompson, hi Rufus and Lisa and Beyond Authentic Club. Thank you, my darling. Audrey Shaw, hello Lisa, Rufus and everyone in chat. Waves, hello to you, waving. Janet says, I'm here on time because I'm retired. I would still be at work. Yeah, Janet retired. You weren't here last on the Sunday when she announced her retirement. She's officially retired now.
Blimey.
So we'll give you a clap for that. And also just because, yay. So how many hobbies have you now picked up in your retirement? How many days a week are you? Because we said she's probably going to be. Yeah, we said she'll probably be like working in 2 different charities or volunteering for 2 different charities and then doing like Girl Guides and Scouts and running the church fair and volunteering with the council to do the parks, and also be taking the kids out or grandkids out, and also be taking up baking and making kombucha and learning how to make cheese and going to an art class and going to a woodworking class and doing some pottery and doing some sewing and doing a TV show.
That sounds exhausting.
Every week. I know, all of that every week. That's all the hobbies. I might have exaggerated a little bit.
That's tired my head out already.
I know, right? Anne-Marie Pollitt says, hi everyone. How are we all doing this evening, says Ed. Shen London says, hello everyone. Jane Thompson said, I spelt Rufus's name wrong. Everybody does. It is a double F. It's a fuffer. He isn't. There are 2 F in Rufuses. 2 F's in Rufus. Yeah. 2 F in Rufuses. Dormouse sent a message on, I can't remember, was it email or was it WhatsApp? I can't remember, but I saw it on my phone. It was on my, I'll have replied to that in the afternoon when we get back from the shop.
Yeah.
No Teflon. Good afternoon, good evening to Emma. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Is it in? Hang on, let me grab my WhatsApp. There you go. There you go. You can read that from Jane. It says, evening everybody. Thanks, Lisa. Love to you both. Because I said, thank you. Here is your details. Yeah. Oh, gosh. No. Stop. Janet says, ooh, a lot. I have never met so many people in Costa. Lisa, you know me so well. There you go. You see, all of our hobbies.
Costa's all right.
We didn't go to Costa today. We were supposed to. And I was devastated.
We was going to go straight after Home Bargain.
Yes. And then because my hands haven't been working very well
Your
at
phone
all.
got sick, and then
My phone,
yeah, it got very sick.
My phone decided to jump off a cliff, and a bit like Barry in his
I think
fingers.
it was because you looked at the fugglers in Home Bargain and realised that some of them were missing out the packets, and then threw your phone on the floor.
Oh look!
Because you were so
To
upset.
look on WhatsApp, I've got to scan the QR code on my phone. I can't because I haven't got a phone.
My phone. It can't look at your
I
things
know.
from my phone.
I know. Tell me about it. But hopefully tomorrow I'll have my phone back. But anyway, right, that's all the introduction malarkey. Let's crack on. This is our new slimline version of the Losers Club, without all the Lego talk, without the waffle.
Yeah.
So that's our intro. Everything is set up and running.
Yeah.
I know we did.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Did,
it's
yeah.
good, isn't it? So then, this week in real life. How has this week been for you, my darling? Well, I tell you what, most of us know how it's been. So what we're going to say to everybody is, during today's stream, if you could limit the condolences and all of that talk, because it's upsetting, isn't it? So,
yeah, like I say, you know, I've still got to process everything going on, and just, I'm not quite there yet. So yeah, I'd rather.
So
not
if you
talk
weren't
about
here
it
on Sunday.
Yeah.
On Sunday morning, Rufus's mum passed away. It's why he's back up here now. Well, you had an appointment today.
Yeah.
She'd been poorly. It wasn't completely unexpected. It was expected at some point.
Yeah.
But in the end, it still came really quite quickly.
Yeah.
In the end, we believe it was an issue with her heart.
Yeah.
We
I
think that she might have had a stroke the day before because she became non-responsive. You got the phone call on the Saturday, didn't you?
Yeah, went straight down, and yeah, I was like, oh, we're gonna go and visit her as soon as I turned up, and no one knew, obviously, that like 4 or 5 hours or so later that she passed. Yeah. But you have to kind of, if you go down there, you have to kind of have prior arrangements with the home that you can just go and turn up late, so you can go at any time as long as the staff are aware it's happening. But obviously it was like, we'll go and see her first thing in the morning, and then obviously we got a phone call first thing in the morning saying that she passed. And obviously the only reason they would have took her to hospital is for other reasons or whatever, but because she had heart disease, there wasn't an awful lot anyone could do anyway.
No, they couldn't do anything.
So yeah, so the nurse and all that came out and stuff, and then gave her treatment. But then yeah, she passed. So
yeah, it's
yeah.
I think you're in the shock period. You haven't even begun to process or thought or realise.
Make sure my dad's all right, and yeah.
Yeah, and you'd been up and down for a bit, hadn't you?
Oh yeah, just up
backwards
and down
and
stuff, making sure that all was all right. And obviously she was in hospital for a while, and then
in the care home since January.
Yeah, so she'd done that. I think it was from the end of December, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So she'd had a few months, and my dad, obviously, she was literally across the road, like literally five, not obviously straight across, but 5 minutes walk down the road from my dad.
Well, technically, 3 minutes walk if he crossed the road where he shouldn't. But if you went to the crossing bit...
But there's literally a crossing right not far from the entrance. So
2 minutes.
Naughty sometimes.
Go out your front door, turn left, 2 minutes, crossing, cross over, turn right, 3 minutes, and, you're there.
And yeah, we'd make sure, like, if my sister be like, you put your high vis on. If you go out there, you go across the crossing, make sure people can see you. And sometimes if you he's like a naughty little kid. Sometimes he'll try and cross the road straight opposite, because it's...
A couple of years ago, he got knocked down by a car and a van just there. Anyway.
So my sister tells him off, I know.
She does. So anyway, you've been back and forward visiting mum, visiting dad, but mum's been in hospital since the end of December.
Yeah. But I think the only...
And your dad's been kind of used to her not being in the house.
So the only bonus is that, he's had time to... He was looking after mum for a long time and doing all the meals and stuff like that because of her knees, and she kept collapsing. So
yeah,
he was doing all of that. So he had started doing all the cooking. So now at least he does all his own meals. Was going and visiting her every day, sometimes like twice a day. And he got into a routine, which is really good. And now it wasn't such, you know, it could have been a worse situation, obviously, if she was still at home, or, you know.
And it was sudden then,
Yeah, so, but he's, like I say, he's just had that bit of time to adapt
and
himself
even,
a little bit.
Again, it sounds absolutely atrocious, but please take this the way it's meant.
Yeah.
Because your mum had bits of, we think, dementia at the end.
Oh, yeah, there definitely was sort of, all the symptoms were there. And obviously they can't say that's what it is, because...
But it means that when your dad was visiting your mum, it wasn't like they were having full-on, full-blown, long conversations.
No, it was...
It was very piecemeal.
She was very, you know, different, obviously, and apart from her turning around and saying, "You see her over there? She's pregnant, she is."
Or the other
she'd
one.
be like some other resident or somebody there.
Or the other one where you go, "See her? She's got fleas."
She does make... things that she did come out with, and it did make us laugh.
Yeah, it did.
But
yeah, so unfortunately, she's passed, which is incredibly sad, and we'll process and grieve and all of that. And obviously it does mean there's going to be a funeral and things to attend, so we've got to sort you out some clothes and things like that.
I know, and you're like, oh, the only bonus is that, you know, I can just literally go into any shop now and literally buy a pair of trousers and a regular shirt, and I haven't got to sort of go to anywhere to pay more to have bigger sizes or anything. And
if you wanted a suit, you can get one off the peg. It's not like you have to get the big sizes now.
No.
Even second hand, I've been buying a couple of M&S dresses I've ordered from eBay just to get a couple to see what fits, because again, don't know quite what fits anymore.
I say I don't even know, like I say, until I think just process, and like I say, it could be a few weeks. I don't know, 2-3 weeks.
Probably 2 or 3 weeks or so.
We'll just have to wait and like see
what happens.
What happens,
and what your dad wants to do about it.
We're just going to go day by day and then see what plans out and everything. So we just wait and find out what's happening.
But in other news, I went for my eye checkup, and he said it was healing really well. If you notice, I'm without a patch. I have been without a patch the last couple of days, and if I take my glasses off, hang on, let me see. The last message that I can read is from Dormouse, who says, hang on, if I click on that there.
What about the last one now?
Hang on. This one, I can't read it. So I can't read the black on the white, but I can read the white on the black. It says, oh, Rufus, tell your dad hi. High vis is cool. Hang on, is cool and funky. I have to go on my walker. They even flash. What? I have one on my walker. They even flash. He can join me in Cool Club. Folk Forever. I can't read it. Folk Forever asking where I got my flashes from. Yeah. So with this eye, my sight's quite milky.
But
and quite out of focus and milky, and I've got some dark spots that are where the blood still is, but I can read with this eye open. With my left eye, if I close the right, I can actually read, which is amazing from where we were.
Work in progress, isn't it? So
my eye still gets really tired and all of that. I've got to rest it.
Yeah.
But and that was also without my glasses on. Oh, okay. It's easier with my glasses on as well, obviously. So I can see. So all in all, my sight is looking a lot better than it was. Looking a lot better. Haha, funny joke. I know, right? So have you been on plan then when you've been down at home, both not just this emergency trip, but also beforehand? Have you been totally on plan?
Yeah, like normal.
Yeah.
You saw the meals that I...
No, I know. I'm asking for the purposes of the stream.
Yeah.
So...
I sent you pictures of anyway at the time what I had.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I could put them on screen if my phone wasn't gone.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, we've both been on plan. I did have... I don't have my food diary here. It's in the back room.
Did you have
What?
Was you a bit stressed or anything?
I was very stressed. I had some... Rufus isn't here, so I'm going to go and eat whatever I want. Luckily, the thing I ate most were apples. Lots and lots of Pink Lady and Gala apples. I did have a couple of packets of the cheese crackers, which are 5-6 in swips each.
Depends what packet.
Oh man, there's the plain ones, the ones that are in the new. They're in that stupid molded plastic thing.
Molded plastic thing.
They're in that shape thing now.
My plain ones then.
Well, I don't know. Whatever those ones are. I don't know if you've got any other ones in there. I didn't go digging. I just grabbed a couple out.
Bag in there.
Oh, well, yeah, I had a couple of those.
Just the vintage, and there's some goat cheese ones and stuff in there.
Oh, didn't see any of that.
I think the plain ones. I think they are 100 calories a packet. So
yeah, 5 swips.
Yeah, 2 crackers.
There were 5 swips. And I had a couple of your pink and whites. Decided far too sweet. Really don't like them. And I had a couple of bags of the What's-Its and the waffles over the days that you were away. So I think every day, one day I went to 14, the other days I maxed out at 15, but I took my swips right up to 15, which I haven't been doing. Yeah. But I didn't go over.
We got What's-Its?
They're prawn cocktail flavour. They're horrible. They're really not nice. Prawn cocktail flavour What's-Its. Why was I eating them?
I've not eaten any crisps for a bit.
They're in the other bag. They're not nice. They're not nice. They're not nice. I thought, my brain said they're going to be like Skips. They weren't. And my brain said, I don't really like it.
Yeah, because
and then the next day
like
it said,
Skips,
eat them again.
But they're not.
No, they look like What's-Its, but they're flavoured like Skips. Very strange, very strange. So yeah, so I have actually been, on plan. Yeah. I've just eaten a lot more than I would do normally. Yeah. And with the stress, and I've not been again. So apart from that, and I've been really wobbly. My wobbliness, I didn't sleep at all on Monday night for coming back on Tuesday. When did I go to my eye thing? Were you with me when I had the eye checkup?
Yes, I was. When we asked him, and it
we did.
He was like, it's like a snow globe, and every time you were moving while it was healing, he said it's just a snow globe effect. So yeah. And then it'll all settle again. He said, and then day by day it should start to clear. Yeah. And that's what I explained it.
So again, been on plan. Everything's been grand in terms of all of that. I've been very wobbly. I've made or I haven't finished it, but I'm building a town hall out of Lego. That's been the thing that's been keeping my brain functional. But I've just had, again, I think both of us, whether it's healthy or not, both of us work best when we're together. Don't we? Because he's like, no. But I think, genuinely, we work really well as a couple. And I think when each of us are on our own, it's a little bit...
I only work if I've got a routine, and whereas you're not good with routine, but you need a routine. But
I want a routine. I really do, but I never have it.
And I got and as well as that, today I went to the doctors, and what they've done, I'm going to be doing a choose and book for autism.
Yeah, you are. So with all of that going on, it'll be interesting to see what happens on the scales a little bit later. But it's been what it has, isn't it? It's been what it is. So
I mean, he should have even, like, before when I got to the doctors, he was like, oh well, I'm not sure if it's actually classed as autism, but I had a whole list in a thing, everything that every time I had a symptom of something going on, and it's been happening for a while, I would write it down. But of course, all of the list isn't in the right order. So all of the things that are more autistic than anything, I literally wrote everything that I have problems with, writ it all down.
In a scattergram
and you had to go through it literally and go, right, that's obviously part of that. That should be at the top of the list. That should be at the top. Because if he asked me, he would have just gone, oh, well, none of that's, just because you're autistic, so...
Well, that's what he said, wasn't it? Because you kept talking about food and how you haven't got a sense of smell. And I was like, but get to the bits that are actually recognised as autistic.
Someone that may be autistic as well, your body might... The part of the me that goes, actually, I don't get hungry anymore, could also be part of autism.
Yeah. But anyway,
So,
that links in really, really well with the topic, my topic of the week, because I picked one this week. So before we get on to that, let's go into the chat. So we've got everyone saying hello. Ethelred the Unready says, Annie Pup scoffing a moo cow's ear.
Nice.
Next to me for some reason, and it stinks, putting you off your teeth. They do stink.
Yeah,
They do stink.
They
really do. Yes.
I can't smell them, but they just smell of. If I can smell anything, it's just the fat I smell.
Yeah, they do stink. They really do.
It's weird how my nose will smell certain things, but not other things.
Janet says, you got your dog a cow's ear, never again. Audrey says, our late doggo, love those. The stinkier the better. Yep. Bean Feast, Shell says, sorry for your loss, Rufus, sending big hugs and lots of love. Thank you. Ethelred said she loves them. She loves them.
Don't they?
Yeah. Karen, thank you. Sorry for your loss. Love to you all. Thank you. People saying hello to each other. Audrey says that to Dormouse, Audrey told her husband that he's going to have to wear one of those flashy things when he gets his boogie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's a good idea though. Like I say, whether people, you get used to wearing it, I guess, but obviously, it still gets dark early now still, so obviously I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, thank you, Belinda, for your condolences. Dormouse says, definitely, Audrey. I think, in Norway, it should be something we all have on, especially as folk wear all black and up with us in winter, dark more than light. Yes, absolutely.
It keeps you safe.
Janet says, that Fakeaway book is fab. Isn't it just?
It is.
Isn't it? We are going to do, assuming that Rufus is still in Leeds next Tuesday, we'll be doing the kebab.
But I said, and as well, believe it or not, even though we don't have pictures of the pizza, when we did pizzas
the second time,
the Sloppy Joe pizza, and we made the topping for 4 pizzas, but put it on 2 pizzas. So
we had more topping.
And also it held up really well. They don't just fall apart just from...
I'm looking huge today. It looks like when I sit here, it looks like I'm like a giantess. I don't know what the camera's doing. It does. No. I don't mean like really fat. I mean, it's making me look like I'm right next to it. Maybe I am forward more because I can't read. But yeah, what were we going to do from it? We were going to do another one from it, weren't we? There's a few recipes in there that we're like, the fish and chips we want to do. Yeah. There's a load. Basically, we're probably going to end up doing all of them at some point. But yeah, Karen says it's a great book. Karen's the one that won the book from Jane. Thank you, by the way, again, Jane, for doing that. That was very kind. Dormouse says, I would inhale those cheese biscuits, I think. Prawn cocktail Wotsits beyond strange. They are. Yeah. The cheese, they're not cheesy biscuits. They're literally, it's cheese that you melt, and it's in a square shape. Yeah, it's just melted cheese. You know when it goes all crispy? It's just that. Yeah, just that. But so the good bit of cheese, and then just melted into
shapes. It's as crispy as pork crackling.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Crispy like that.
Could your wobbliness be your eye readjusting as well as depleted spoons? It's more likely to be the spoons because it's the wobbliness is linked in with the fibro, and I've also been crashing out a bit. You said I crashed out a couple of times the other day or something.
When your eye isn't functioning as well as the other one, that has made you
makes you a bit more wobbly. It does. So it's the eye with the 3 dimensions, it's the fibro with the general wobbliness, and it's also the narcolepsy creeping in by making you want to go at any 2 seconds. So, apart from that, I'm perfectly fine. Angela Brown, hello everyone. Thank you. Condolences to you, Rufus, thinking of you. Lisa, a lady in our group air fries crab sticks. She said they go crispy like crisps. Is anyone trying this? No, but we've got some crab sticks in the fridge. We're going to try this later.
Crispy like...
Oh, Belinda, I air fry crab sticks too. Season them, spray them 20 minutes on 180. Oh, new obsession unlocked.
Just like as they are, though.
Yes.
Do you unroll them or something?
Season them, spray them, 20 minutes on 180. Delicious.
What do you season them with?
What do you mean? Scrapings from the bottom of the carpet. What do you mean? What do you season them with? Salt and pepper.
Just salt and pepper.
That's what you season with. Otherwise, you spice.
No, I didn't know if you put something else on them or.
The only reason he's asking is we were in a charity shop today. We got Rufus a new chair because he doesn't like this one that he bought brand new. So we got a second-hand chair that he gets to sit in.
You see, I always do this and this because it's not as your one sits quite flat, whereas this one.
Do you know why mine sits flat? Because I sit upright and straight in it. If I don't, it leans back. Whereas or leans forward.
Yeah.
So actually, it's because So if I lean back, the chair sits back. It's because I sit upright when I'm in here to keep my posture good. Because I'm a posture princess or something. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to try that. I was going to say, when we were in the charity shop, you picked up a book on what was it called? Spice or something. Spice is life.
Yeah.
No, that's a quote from Dune.
And then we saw a book which was like, from a swear word book. It was called WW.
Oh yeah, it was a Weight Watchers cookbook or something, wasn't it? There we go. If I zoom out, that looks a bit better. But it was the spice book. That's why you're wanting to know what to put on the crab sticks. Yeah. Because you've got all the spice to try now. It's a whole book about spice, just spice.
All of the meals in it all have 5 spices in them.
Oh, Janet and Audrey don't like crab sticks. Belinda says, I have them with pasta sometimes. You love them. Yum. Janet says you had to pay $2,500 to get your son diagnosed with autism privately. Yep.
Yeah, it's not easy, is it?
No, we're looking at the check-in book and choose and whatever it's called. If it's anything like the ADHD one,
could be a while.
Could be a couple of years while we're waiting. Audrey says you still haven't got your book from group. Been 3 weeks since you bought your countdown extension. Were you both in the brownies and cubs?
No.
You weren't in the brownies and cubs, were you? I was in one of them.
No.
Dib 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 dob dob dob. It
No.
was never said. It was never said. You did the southern chicken. It's like KFC. That sounds good as well. Joan Fennick, good evening to you, my darling. You posted it in the Losers Club. Mm-hmm. We will go back and have a look. I haven't got my phone. I haven't got my phone. That's how I access the world. You did your online countdown on a Friday and got your book on the Wednesday. Wow. Korean chicken recipe was lovely. Oh, that does sound good. Hey, Lisa and Rufus, are you both? What's you're young? Everyone thinks you're young. What's that emoji mean with the smiley face and the love hearts? Are you both in love? Yes. Well, I say yes. Are you in love? Are we in love?
I don't know what that emoji
Are we too old now?
exactly.
Are you still in love after 10 years?
I don't know what that emoji is.
I don't know what that is either.
Are
you kissed up, loved up?
Yeah. Hello, what?
I'm not whispering. I was kiss you. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. You wait. Yes, as in season with what you like. You use garlic, salt, and pepper. Garlic.
Salt's alright.
Salt and pepper, garlic. We like a bit of that. Dormouse, I went mad with seasoning yonks since I did a JD seasoning order, so kept ignoring emails as you had enough. You got a 30% off code. Needless to say, you've stocked up for those lazy days. Yep. You made some Scotch egg with pork mince and couscous. That sounds amazing as well.
Couscous.
Yeah. Stacey said, I made an egg loaf with pork mince and turkey meat and bacon and eggs. Sounds good. Audrey, you'll get your book. It's been so popular, they've had to reprint more. Yes, they have. They've reprinted it. It's been massive. You use that emoji as a squishy hug. Oh, there you go. It's a squishy hug. Janet says, you two are so funny. Are we? We're funny, apparently. Yeah. Squishy hug, that means. Are you both squishy huggable? We're very squishy and very huggable, yes. Burger loaded fries was delicious, says Lisa. That's how they've all been trying different ones. I love this. I love that everyone's tried different recipes from the book. Yeah. Not everyone's like, we'll do the one that Lisa Rufus tried. That's really good that everyone's trying lots of different recipes.
Yeah, take photos of all your pictures.
Yeah, bung them all on the page and we'll get a whole little, we could do a whole little, what's it called, an album on Facebook where we put them all in. Yeah. That'd be really cool. Right then, so topic. Today's topic of the week, I've got two. The first one, linking into your discussion about autism and neurodiversity and my ADHD, which is a funny way of saying ADHD because you know multiple things happening at once. The deficit is very deficiting. Does it matter why we're fat? Is the question for the topic of the day. Well, for topic number 1, does it matter why we're fat? So what I've written down is food addiction versus medical versus thyroid versus whatever. So food addiction, which a lot of people struggle with, and whether that's into overeating or the B word that sounds like fringing, that we're not allowed to use on the YouTubes, whatever it is, all of that is linked into different things, isn't it? So we've got emotional eating, bad relationships with food, all of that. You've got the medical side, which is I am unable to walk very far. I have a dodgy hip, or I've, you know, whatever the reason is, I'm not very mobile. Therefore, whatever I eat, I put weight on because, you know, I'm not very mobile, so I don't lose weight very fast. Versus thyroid. Oh, it's my thyroid. My thyroid runs.
So does it matter the
slow.
Reason why you
are?
Well,
in your case, with your autism, it's a much more likely that you'll have issues with food.
Yeah, that I've just
and seek out that as a comfort.
It's a
for
bit
me,
like not having an off switch I didn't have, so I just would just consume too much.
For me, with the ADHD, it's a well-known link between that and addiction in general because of a lack of dopamine. And food, you get a dopamine rush. At the moment, I'm very aware I'm swapping Lego in and buying random Lego as a dopamine rush. So it's something I am very aware of and beginning to look at controlling. But does it matter? Because the reason I'm asking is that sometimes being in the weight loss community, if you like, can feel a bit pressured and a bit hierarchical, where you often get people saying, very rarely online, very rarely is it voiced, but I know it is said. Sometimes you'll get people say things like, oh, well, I'm not as bad as so-and-so because my eating comes from my ADHD dopamine rush. So it's not really part of my control. Or I'm not as bad as that person over there because, I don't know, I eat on plan and I'm still gaining weight, whereas they eat whatever they want every meal.
What, they eat lettuce leaves and, like, you know, they're doing really well.
Well, no. More, the opposite, more like it's almost like there's a hierarchy that some of us have still got in our heads, and I think if you've lived a long time being very large, you kind of internalize a lot of opinions about being a larger person, and there's a lot of negativity around that, isn't there? There's a lot of people, oh, don't talk to her, look how fat she is, oh, don't talk to him, oh, we avoid that. And we've both said since we've lost weight, people approach you 10 times more.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like 20 times more. It's ridiculous.
Like you mix in with people a lot easier because you don't stand out as much, and then people do look at you differently and do, you know,
when you look a bit more normal.
But then when, like I say, I've also experienced, you know, seeing someone a bit bigger walking down the street struggling to carry shopping bags, and I was like, do I say, you know, do they need a hand or anything? Or would that be really rude? Or they might think then, obviously, some strange person's asking me, do I want help? But then because you think, oh, well, what would they think if I then spoke to them and said anything to them about it? In thinking that, you don't offer help, and then you're then doing to that person what people would do to me and not speak to me because I was bigger.
And it's complicated.
It is.
And I think for a lot of us, it's something that we can almost do without even realising, where we have this sort of... almost it's just judgment, isn't it? It's just judgment, where we try and make ourselves feel a little bit better by judging why somebody else, or guessing why somebody else is heavy. Do you know what I mean? And that's one of the things that can be really, really, really dangerous, because it doesn't matter. In the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the reason is. We all have a reason, right? We all have an excuse. Whether that reason is out of your control, within your control, nobody gets to be at my weight plus 25 stone if I've got control over what I'm eating. Do you know what I mean? Nobody does. Nobody gets to be where we were, and I've just seen it, where we were at our biggest, if we can control it. So does it matter whether the reason you can't control it is psychological, medical, thyroid related, hormonal? I know those things are all medical. Does it matter? Stress related. And I think sometimes we can beat ourselves up a lot and go, oh, well, I'm an overeater, or I'm an emotional eater. So when I'm stressed, I turn to food. And, oh, well, that's not as valid a reason as Mrs. Smith down the road whose thyroid is packed up, or Mr. Brown down the road who's got one leg and therefore can't go running or walking. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes we can beat ourselves up by comparing ourselves to others, and sometimes we use it as an excuse and give ourselves a free pass. Oh, well, my thyroid is, I'm just big boned, it must be that. No, it's because what we put in our mouth at times isn't grand, and we need to look at that. So that's one question I wanted to put out there, and just for something for people to think about. Does it actually matter why we got to where we got? If it doesn't, then that equalizes that playing field for everyone, and it means we're all on the same ocean. We're not in the same boat, because your boat's different to mine. You might have a lot less to lose than I do, or a lot more than I do. You might be able to eat very easily on plan and lose a ton of weight, whereas I struggle and my weight's fluctuated over the years. Do you know what I mean? All on the same ocean, all in different boats. You might have a yacht because you've got personal training and you can afford all the high nutrient stuff. The person next to you might be in a little rubber dinghy that's been patched up 15 times because they're doing it on a very tight budget. We're all on the same ocean.
Shark come along and try eating your boat.
I know, right? What would the shark be? The shark would be the supermarkets putting those things on the end cap going, Easter eggs now.
Yeah, Megalodon.
Buy 7. But the other thing, talking about Easter eggs, is how do we say no? Because it's a really easy word to say, isn't it? It's just no. Oh, no. Oh. 2 letters, 1 syllable. So easy to say.
Say no to the chocolate.
But yeah, but why is it so hard to say? Why is it so difficult when, if somebody says to you, if you're out for dinner, do you want roast potatoes? Yeah, go on.
I think.
Do you want pudding? Yeah, go on. Do you want a burger? Do you want?
But I do think, though, you know, if you start, you know, a really clean lifestyle with what you're eating and everything, every day that goes by that you are consistent helps you move forward and avoid things. And you know, where it's so easy just to go buy something because you're in that shop and, oh, there was chocolate right in the, as you walk in the front of the shop, and there it is, or right next to the till point, or right next, and all of these things are put in front of us to trip us up.
Yeah.
But I think the longer I am consistent every day and eat the way I eat, I no longer look at all those things as food anymore.
No, but we went to Barry's today, which is like a discount warehouse type
and there's
thing.
So much processed food everywhere in there.
6-7 foot high pallets of chocolate
all
eggs,
sorts of
you
stuff,
name it. And I literally just walk past, and it's just like, I don't even look at any of that because I'm not going to eat any of that.
I just look at it. It's poison because
that's literally what it does to us.
There's too much sugar in it, loads of fat in it, and all of those things are really, really bad for you. And just, like I say, coat all of your organs and all of that, and really terrible.
They did, however, have a 1 swip teriyaki sauce and my no sugar oat milk for 50p, which was L.O.S.E.R.S, which was very grand. That's why we went in, wasn't it? And a throw, and your mango curry sauce that you love. Yeah. But
it
no
makes
is
me
such
happy.
Yeah, no is such a hard word for a lot of people to say, especially at this time of year. And again, we're going to talk about Easter and Easter eggs because it's difficult when you've got family members or friends or loved ones and you say, I'm on a diet, I'm on a plan, I'm trying to eat healthily, I'm doing everything the best way I can to, you know, be healthy in the long term. And someone says, oh, well, I haven't got you a big Easter egg, so I've just got you one of the little medium ones. Is that all right, isn't it? Why is it hard? Why is it so difficult to say, could you, if you like it, can you have it? I can't have that. No, thank you. Thank you for thinking of me, but no, thank you.
But you've been good for so many months, and seeing as it's Easter,
but
it's only one egg. It's only one thing. I mean, surely that would be all right.
It's always going to be something, because 6 weeks ago it was Valentine's.
Yeah, and that one thing could be the one thing that trips you up, and then you eat it, and then you end up being in a cycle of not being able to stop, and then wanting to keep eating those things, and you know, and just carry on. It's just like not end well.
No, and it's really hard because if you're of a certain age, Grange Hill did a thing, right? A whole storyline with one of their characters, Ziggy. Was it Ziggy?
What's Grange Hill? I don't know.
Shut up! You know what Grange Hill was. You're older than me. Good Lord, Grange Hill.
No idea.
Yeah. Anyway, one of the characters, Zamo, my brain just got it, developed an issue with drugs. And they released a song called Just Say No. And it went, just say no, no. Just say no, just say no.
No. They just went, just say no.
At the end they did, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was all about that because the character passed away on the programme.
Yeah.
It didn't work because if it was that easy, then there would be no need for drug rehabilitation around the world. And it's the same with food. Food is not something that any of us can go cold turkey with. Food is not something that we can just say no. It's all about learning to say no to that food, yes to that food, but occasionally saying yes to a little bit of that food because you're allowed whatever we want on Slimming World. As long as we food optimize and have it within our SWIPs.
But that's the thing, is that those food choices are always going to be around us like forever, because that there's no way, you know, we just have to learn to live with those
multi-billion pound companies are not going to say, I tell you what, we're closed now.
Because we're trying to make everyone healthy.
Yeah, we're now going to sell sweet potatoes and mung beans instead of chocolate eggs and chocolate caramel wafer biscuits and chocolate this, chocolate that, right? So if you are somebody who isn't in active addiction, so if you are somebody who has control over that type of food, and you can say, no, I won't have that chocolate egg, or if you can say, yes, I'll have, that's what I was trying to say. If you're in active addiction, if you're not in active addiction, and you can say, yes, I'll have a little piece of that egg, thank you. And you can have a tiny little piece and that be it. And you are then in no way going to eat the rest of it. Dormouse does this. She gets her egg, portions it out, cracks it into lots of little pieces, and that lasts her a year.
There you go. Oh.
If it was me...
That is poison. I go, I'm not going to abuse my body in the world I live in.
No.
My body is a temple.
But that is potentially a trigger food for me. High sugar food is very much a trigger food. Used to be high fat food as well, but now I can't stand that. But still, high sugar food. I'm never going to touch it again because, you know, not going through all this malarkey with my eye again. But for some people, you have to say no.
And I say, my body is a temple. I will not be abusing my body in the world I live in. I will not be eating any of that stuff. No, thank you.
Yeah, so you say no.
No.
No, thank you. But
thank you, babe.
I think it's something that we need to remind ourselves of when we go into shops.
Just say no.
Let me finish. When we go into shops, you know our motto now. If you don't want to put it in your tummy, in your belly, don't put it in your trolley. Say no, and it's quite easy to do.
Or your basket.
Yeah, it's quite easy to do in those situations because you just don't walk up that aisle, or you walk up it with your eyes closed, or your eyes open and your mind closed. Whatever it is, You don't put it in your
Don't
trolley.
fall into the shelves if you've got your eyes shut.
No.
No.
But how do you do it when your best friend says, shall we go for coffee and a cake? Oh, come on.
It's only one slice.
It's Easter. It's Christmas. It's your birthday. It's, again, it all comes down to, they wouldn't say that if you were an alcoholic, and they wouldn't say, just have one vodka, it's Easter. They wouldn't say it.
No.
Again, practice saying no. Practice different ways. If you are somebody who often gets bought an Easter egg or whatever this time of year, prep the people around you. Oh, well, you know I'm doing Slimming World. You know I'm doing calorie counting. You know I'm doing Weight Watchers, whatever it might be. You know I'm doing intermittent fasting. Please don't get me any eggs this year. Instead, either get me a ... £5 gift card or whatever, or donate that money to charity, or get something for the kids, or get something for yourself. If you get me one, I won't be eating it, and it will literally be a waste. Say that in advance. That way you're preempting that no. So on the day, if you are feeling hard done by, you're feeling left out, you've got FOMO running nightmarishly in your head, you're watching everyone else with their chocky eggs, yum yum yum, how do you eat yours normally in a 6-pack, blah, 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 right? If you were in that position and then somebody says, oh, I got you one of these, are you then able to say no? Get your nose in first. There you go. That's all I was going to say.
The thing is, if you're somebody though that can have a tiny little piece of something, like I say, you either one from one side of the spectrum or to the other. So I can't have one piece of something, so I choose to not have any at all, and not have it here. Whereas some people can be, oh, well, I've got this chocolate, you know, like and break it all up into little bits and do it that way. If you can, that's great. But yeah, I can't do that. So.
No, like the Always Lovely Dormouse.
Yeah, I said if you can do that, then
amazing.
That's fine. I said if you
can do that.
But like I say, my dad is also someone that will have a couple of dark chocolate bars in the fridge and just have a little bit every now and again.
Have a couple of squares and that's it. Put it away.
That's it, and put it away.
How do you do that?
I know.
How is that even possible?
But yeah, and he's like, he'll you know, during a week he'll have like a couple of bars in the fridge and just like normal big chocolate bars, and just break a couple of squares off and go back, watch TV and whatever he's doing in the evening, have a couple of bits of chocolate, and yeah.
Something I've never been able to do.
But also, if you are, you know, having issues with food and being neurodivergent and all of these other things, often foods like that are very addictive, and
they're designed to be.
You just can't. Some people just can't have them in the house, and that's one of the reasons we don't keep food in.
Nope. Because
if the food is here, like I say, if I said one day, do you know what, I'm gonna use 10 swips and I'm gonna get, I don't know, a Mars bar or something else, or 6 swips and have a curly whirly or whatever, I've got to literally go out and literally pick up one and not a multi-pack of them if I really wanted it that much. But are you all right?
Yeah, just burps.
But you know, we don't keep food like that indoors purely for the fact of, if you're at home and you're not out and you actually have a moment where, you know, you feel tempted to have something, and if it's here, you're more likely to eat it than to actually have to get up and go out and buy something specifically just to have as a treat.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's here, it's so easy just to go, oh, well, I'm here already and it's only in the kitchen and you know where it is.
Yeah.
And that sometimes is the problem for some people.
So then, on topic 1, I think, does it matter why? Well, first of all, Deborah Fleming says, good evening, how are you both? We're doing as well as we can be, so thank you very much for asking. Luke John, good evening, Luke. Evening all, I went from walking 20,000 steps most days per week and cycling 8 miles per day in 2019 to being almost bedbound by 2022 through illness. Not many know that, but judge the same. Yeah, exactly. And again, it's people look at larger people and just assume that you are that size because you just sit and scoff your face and get
just ate
takeaways
too
every day.
much. Yeah.
Which is, in some cases, is true. Amberlyn Reed, who we watch from the States, she is 500 and probably over her biggest at the moment, 570. But with her, it's because she does nothing but order takeaway. She estimated that she has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on DoorDash.
Which is spent like, she would earn maybe, I don't know, 11,000 or whatever a month she might have earned at one point. But instead of, you know, in what she would have in a month, in a year or something, she would have spent like more than that just on takeaways on her own.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you're quite right, Luke. Dormel says, I think it doesn't make any difference how we got here with weight. The end result is the same. Fundamentally, we each have to work out how to address it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree.
And it's not one size fits all either. So there's lots of different ways you can, you know, slowly reduce your weight if that's what you want to do.
And the whole thing is, once we have made that choice to do something about our weight issues, then as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't, like the why we got there, how we got there, doesn't matter, because that's not the journey you're on anymore.
No.
You've making that decision. And again, I know Slimming World, and we use the analogy a lot of being on the motorway versus the A roads.
Yeah.
When you're gaining weight, you are on a whole different road, right? You're going in a whole different direction. So you're heading east instead of west, or north instead of south, or, you know, south instead of north, whichever way you want to think of it. And then we make that decision. And for a lot of us, we've been tootling around that roundabout for a long time, working out what direction do we want to go in. Do we go to the Slimming World exit? Do we go to the Manjaro exit? Do we go to the Weight Watchers exit? Do we go to the I'm going to the gym 7 days a week exit? What do we do? How do we get control? And once we decide on our direction and on our next phase of our journey, that is where we should start from. And we shouldn't, none of us should be judged or looked at differently as to how we got to that roundabout. We've all ended up there. Everyone watching this, if you are on a weight loss journey, you have got to that roundabout and you have looked at all of those signs. Which one am I going to go on now? Which one am I doing? We've all been there.
But I do think, though, that just because
the Lady Loves Milk trade?
No, just because it didn't work the first few times on plan doesn't mean that this wasn't the right journey for us.
No.
And I think, you know, that if you fall, you know, you fall over, you get back up, dust yourself off, you know, and if you enjoy the type of food that they have on Slimming World, then just get up, dust yourself off and keep going. Because if you don't, if you just go, oh, well, it didn't work for me, you know, and feel quite negative about it, then the likelihood is that, you know,
maybe no plan will work.
Yeah. So you've just got to try and be positive and just, you know, if you enjoy the types of food that are part of plan, get up, just dust yourself off and just go, you know, there's no shame in it. Just get up. I mean, I felt really ashamed just from like failing.
Oh yeah, God, shame is such a massive part of this. And it really, really is. Shame is like, this is why the R in the S in losers is reducing shame. That is what it's about, because we shouldn't feel shame.
Yeah.
To really push and force the analogy of driving in our metaphysical, whatever it's called, car, right? We've made that decision. We've got to that roundabout. Weight Watchers, Slimming World, Manjaro, which exit are we getting off? It may well be our little sat-nav in our car isn't quite up to date. So off we tootle on the Slimming World road, and in our case, took us 2 solid attempts of going in that direction, but right as we were heading towards our target, it's like the road was closed and our sat-nav didn't know. And so there was a sudden diversion, and then we got lost. We ended up back at that roundabout, and then we headed off that road again. And this time there wasn't a diversion, but the bridge was closed.
Yeah.
So we had to then tootle around trying to find out where we were going to head. Where do we go? Oh, we're back at the roundabout again. This time round, it's like we've updated everything. We know we can't go over the bridge. We can't go down that road. So when we go on our Slimming World direction, we come off on our Slimming World exit, we already know some of the pitfalls. We know to avoid the bridge. We know to avoid the road closure. So instantly going in, we're a lot more clued in. Which I think this time round is why it is sticking, because we think of it differently. It's like now we have that map in our heads of the journey.
We didn't have the mindset change really before. And I think if if you're still doing it and just thinking it is a diet, then long term it might not work.
Yeah. Dormouse says, I think it doesn't matter. Oh, I said that one. Yeah. Jane says, Jane Day, the Empress. Jane, we bow down in genuflect in your direction, Mum. My morbid obesity at 22 stones was totally down to greed. I feel for anyone who has a medical reason. Yeah. Absolutely. And then Jane also says, I ate myself up to 22 stone and now I have literally eaten myself back down to 10 stone, food optimizing with Slimming World. That's an amazing way to look at it. Yeah. You ate yourself up to your biggest and now you're eating yourself down to your smallest. Well, not smallest, but down to where you want to be. That's an amazing way of thinking. The thing is,
you can still eat,
I can eat everything.
You don't have to go, I'm on Slimming World, I eat these tiny little meals. And sometimes when we've been...
It depends. It might be that your tiny meal is one of those...
Oh, yeah, those tiny little crumbles, yeah. But like I say, when times I've looked online and seen people post pictures of things they eat, and I'm thinking, is that a lot of tiny little bits of food? And I'm like, that's not going to fill me up.
No, and that's diet food, and that's where we're not.
Yeah, we
don't diet.
We eat good amount of food, but we just obviously prioritise certain things of what we eat, enjoy what we have, and it's definitely not little amounts of food.
No, we have very large plates of very delicious, very well flavoured, well cooked, amazing food. It just happens that there's very little sugar, very little oil, very little anything, that's it. And we've got at least a third of our plate is with calorie light, nutrition dense food, because that's the Slimming World plan. Janet says, when people struggle with weight, there's usually a reason, like mental health or ADHD and other issues. Because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Exactly, my darling, exactly. Janet says, your son has slight depression and your daughter has ADHD. Your great granddaughter is non-verbal autistic. My darling, you've got the whole neurodivergent family there. Lisa, I get you're lucky, you're tall, it doesn't show so much on you. I want to scream. I feel the extra pounds as much as anyone, regardless what I look like. I know how I feel. Who's lucky? Oh, it does show on me. Oh God, it does show on me. I know when if I've gained, I can feel it. And trust me, I think everybody, I think certainly when you are gaining weight, I think all of us see it and feel it. I think it's just people don't often say, oi, fatty, what have you eaten? Do you know what I mean? It's like when you get to a certain size, people start making those comments. Yeah. But as you're gaining the weight, I think for a lot of people, I think we all do carry our weight differently. But I also think that, you feel the extra pounds and you want to scream. I want to scream most days, to be honest with you. I did when I was simultaneously while stuffing my face with cheeseburgers and pizzas. When I was completely off plan, I would be screaming at myself, why am I doing this, while simultaneously doing it? Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. Dormouse, I know, however, when I meet folk I used to nurse with who knew the previous Dormouse, I feel judged on how I look. Yeah, that I should know better, but they do not ask me how I got here. Exactly. And again, it's sad, isn't it? Because if you go somewhere and you see people you haven't seen for a long time, they do that silent judging thing, don't they? And they do that thing where it's like, oh, look at you, you look different. Well, I'm not being funny, Jeremy. It's been 12 years since I saw you. I may have gained 6 stone, but you've gone bald. Do you know what I mean? Or something. Just
yeah, Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy. Female and male autism is completely different. It's similar, but yeah. Zamo, yes, that was the name. I told you. You're lucky you can say no to chocolate. Wow, Audrey, that's amazing. Anything sweet, I struggle with.
I can't even
remember. Even
remember.
prunes at times.
I can't remember the last time I had chocolate.
You love Grange Hill. I think the last time we had chocolate.
Before.
Oh, you're not talking about like Cadbury's options in yogurt?
No, actual like chocolate.
Couldn't tell you. No. Couldn't tell you.
I do have, like I say, I do have the options. I make drinks and stuff, but apart from that, I've not eaten
a normal chocolate bar. No idea. Oh, hang on. We had some Dubai chocolate. When was that?
Oh, that was a long time ago. We tried a little piece of it.
Since we've been on plan, though, isn't it? Yeah, so within being on plan.
It might have been
last year, something.
Yeah, where we just had that half of a bar each, and it was 8 swips. It would have been for the whole bar, just a little.
Because we were like, "What is this Dubai? Why is everyone talking about Dubai chocolate?"
Yeah, just to try it, and it was like, "Oh, was that what it was?" Oh,
yeah. Dormouse says, I'm comfortable being able to say no to be pressured to a food, etc. via not drinking at 21. As soon as I pass my driving test, I value being able to drive home more than a drink. Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good point. Because again, if you said to someone, I'm the designated driver tonight, they wouldn't go, oh, go on. Just 3 vodkas won't hurt. That you'll be like, okay,
you can have half a pint. Yeah,
just have 2. Just have a little. Go on. Just have 1. Just have just 1 tequila. Be fine. No, Belinda, you get on. Go on. 1 won't hurt you. You don't need to lose any more weight. Awful, isn't it? Just again, say to them. Would you say that to an alcoholic? Like. Would you say that to somebody who's had a drink issue and you go on, just 1 tequila, 1 whiskey, 1 whatever? You wouldn't. You're very good at saying no. Now you don't eat chocolate anyway, but it's the other things that replace the chocolate fix, isn't it? I don't know, because I don't really do the chocolate fix. No. Audrey says, I haven't got any friends to go for coffee with. Neither have I, love. Well, no, I have got friends. I just can't physically see them because it hurts my brain. There's very few people on this planet that I choose to hang out with in person because my brain hurts and I get overwhelmed so easily with that. Audrey, it would be totally different if they were made of cheese. No, even, well...
I said even...
Brie. Yeah,
I said even at home. I said, like, we have time where, you know, we're doing stuff together, and then other times where we do our own thing as well, just to give our brains a rest.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
you've got to.
If you just...
Sometimes we get into the late evening and I'm like, will you go and play your game now? Because my brain's struggling. I need to decompress now. I love that. Dormouse says, Audrey, if I were a bit closer, I'd happily come for a Walter with you. Walter coffee, and cheese, You buy Hubs, Aldi, 85% dark chocolate. It's... Oh... Okay, well then don't record, silly thing. It's with the individual 2 square bars. He has 1 every evening. Wow, that's really cool. Lisa, your sister said she would get you an egg. You asked her not to. She said 1 won't hurt. I said then, I will get you cherries. She said, but I don't eat them. I said, exactly. She isn't getting me an egg.
Good.
That's brilliant. That is such a good comeback. Oh my God. That'll be like, go on, you say to me, go, you offer me an egg. Go on, offer me an egg.
Go on, I'll offer you a boiled egg.
No, offer me a chocolate egg, as if you are a well-meaning person. Right. Go on, do it. Let's role play that. Go on. Got one. No, pretend. It's pretend. You don't need an actual egg. Pretend. Go on.
Here, this. Oh, here, hang on.
No, look, you've got to do it like, I will get you one.
Oh, I've seen this wonderful egg.
Yes.
Made of chocolate. Yeah. I'm going to buy it for you.
No, thank you. I am on Slimming World.
So
then you've got to say, what was it? 1 won't hurt. You've lost so much weight already.
Oh, yeah. You are really slim now, but only 1 egg won't hurt you. Yes.
Okay. I will eat your egg if you eat this rack of lamb.
Oh. That make me sick.
Yeah, same thing. That's an amazing. Well done. Well done. You got a clap?
Yeah, I don't want any lamb.
No, I don't want the clap. Yeah, well done. And that's scene. Yeah, well done. That's a good way of doing it. Lisa, that is a brilliant way of doing it. Saying to someone, especially if you know them well enough, if there's a food they're allergic to or food they don't like.
And there's probably just as much fat in the lamb as there is in the chocolate.
Yeah. Oh, Rufus, I'll get you an avocado then.
Ew.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a great way of doing it.
I've eaten little tiny bits of avocado before in sushi.
But not on its own.
But I don't know what avocado tastes like. And I don't wish to taste it because it's slimy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Emma, on the flip side, you know a few slim folk who work really hard to eat healthy and work out to keep their size, then get told they're so lucky to be slim. You really can't judge on appearance. Exactly. Look at the Empress. Look at Jane. Jane has been on Slimming World. She's lost loads of weight from, as she said, from 22 down to 10. So she lost 12 stone plus. She goes to the gym 3 or 4 days a week, whatever it is.
But you do get, you know...
She works really hard.
Some people that go to Slimming World, you know, they might go to Slimming World at the minimum weight they can be for their height. And for some people, they go to Slimming World to eat better. Some people go from the bottom end of the spectrum to, you know, some of us come in at the top and need to bring our weight down. Other people need to put a little bit of weight on
and use it as a way of
healthy having the right amounts of everything. And
my jaw dropped. Luke John says, I posted on the Facebook page, I haven't got a phone, my group's new price will be $7.45 a week. Crazy amount for a social call. £7.45 Luke's consultant is going to start charging. So it's $5.95. It's gone up by £1.
But wasn't it their choice though? If they only wanted to put it up by 50p or something like that,
or keep it the same.
But now they've decided that they're going to
£1.50. A £1.50 increase.
I thought it was only going to be up like £1 extra.
That's the recommended, but they can charge whatever they want. So a consultant could charge £7, £9, £12 a session. So Luke's consultant's going to charge £7.45.
But would that be enough for you to just do the online instead? I don't know what the online price is going to be.
Don't know. Or is that now time for someone locally to become a consultant, set up round the corner and charge the $6.95
in a cafe?
Oh, yeah, I could do, yeah. Audrey says, you've reduced your plate size. You've noticed you don't need such big helpings as before, like you've both said. It's amazing, isn't it? It's absolutely amazing. Angel Wings, good evening to you, my darling. I hope you're well.
But that is one thing. It's like the more food, for me, the more food I have on my plate, if I just put an average portion on my plate, if I want more, I can go back and get a little bit more if I put some aside. But if whatever goes on my plate, I know it's like knowing yourself well enough to know what's going to trip you up as well. So if I put a lot on my plate, sometimes I would, if I have a slightly smaller portion than maybe what I had in the past, sometimes that's more than enough for me, and I don't then go, oh, I'm gonna, you know. But then if I put a bit more on my plate, I know full well I'm going to eat it all.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Belinda says, I haven't eaten chocolate or anything chocolate related for 16 years now. Well done to you. That is awesome. Janet says, Lisa, many years ago at my mother-in-law's funeral, a family friend said to me, when the buffet opens, don't eat it all. When I was big, and that's a true story. That's shocking. That's why you went on a diet. The pictures are on the losers post. That is shocking. Wow.
People are so rude, aren't they?
They are. That is absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
Luke John, $6.95 is the recommended price, but apparently new and old members may be getting a different price. Like on a mobile phone. New members get a discount.
Wow.
That is shocking. Kimberly's here. Good evening, Kimberly. Hello, twin-in-law. You don't go anymore, but you still do healthy eating at home, says Julie Green, and still at goal. Lots of people I know have given up going as they can't afford it. This is the thing. However, I do struggle with that slightly, because, I mean, I was about to say it's only £6.95. It's not only, because it is quite a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
But, or in Luke's case, £7.45. But how much would you have spent on a takeaway? And would you have spent that if you weren't on Slimming World? Do you know what I mean? That's my thought, is because we used to spend a lot of money on takeaways. It would be a lot more than £7.45.
Oh yeah.
You know, if we ordered once between us, it would be maybe 25-30 quid.
Yeah.
You know, each time we ordered. Once you factor in the Just Eat or whatever it was fee and the delivery fee and the fee for a carrier bag fee, and they're going to put it in a metal tray fee, and the, you know, do you want it delivered or just chucked over your garden fence fee, all of that
one.
So there's two minds about this. One, I think that the price increase for what we were getting at group wasn't no way justified, because we didn't it wasn't worth our £5 a week, let alone, or £6 a week, let alone a price increase. But I think in terms of, if you get a lot of value from your group and you get a lot of support, and it's something that you are actually, it's helping you to lose weight, then, you know, £6, £7, £8 even a week is worth it. If it's helping you stay away from those takeaways and those unhealthy habits, then I do think it's worth it. That is shocking though. Everyone saying hello to everybody, so that is lovely. Everyone saying hello to Kimberly. Right then, so anyway, that was the topics of the day for today.
There's, like I say, I think, is there people that are like 50-50? Some people go to groups and some don't, but I find that when we've gone to groups, I think the only biggest difference of us being at a group or not being at a group is there's a lot less pressure on us by not going to a group anymore. And I think I've only experienced that, obviously, this time coming away and going up to the online, is that there's just so much less pressure on who's lost the most weight that week.
It just felt very pressured, didn't it? It felt like a very, very competitive environment. Audrey says, everywhere I've lived, it's been too remote to indulge in takeaways. That's a plus. Luke says £387.40 a year. I wasn't big on ordering, but my pantry used to be full. Exactly, it can be. And also the over 60 people rate has gone up. It has. Melinda, hello everyone. I was actually able to catch it live. Hello Melinda, welcome to see you, my darling.
For a long time though, we kept going on, you know, new changes were going to be coming in. Are they going to start making Target members pay?
And apparently not at the moment. Anyway, right, everybody, if you have been to a weigh-in group this week, whether it's been Slimming World or Weight Watchers or Fat Club, whatever you want to call it, if you have been and gone and done the things, right, if you have weighed in, please join us in weighing in. We are going to jump on our metaphorical scales, not metaphysical. They're not fairyland based, gonna magic away the weight. I wish they did. But we are going to step on our scales and weigh in. Please do, when you put your results in the chat, please also let us know how you feel. Let us know whether your £2 loss is amazing because you were expecting a big gain, or your £2 loss might be really disappointing because actually you were hoping for £7 off because whatever reason. Or it may be that you gained £2 and you say, do you know what, I'm very happy with that. I have been at a family wedding, a family birthday, a family function, all the way through, and I've eaten everything because there was nothing else there that I could eat on plan. And do you know what, to gain only £2 is grand. Whatever your situation is, let us know what you've weighed in and let us know how you feel about it. And we'll have everyone's results, including ours, right now. Yay, weigh-in results. Right, who got on the scales first? I did, didn't I? So then, I got on the scales first this week. And as I said in the beginning, my week has been on plan. I did noticeably eat more this weekend when Rufus wasn't here. Partly I think it was the stress of everything that was happening with your mum. Partly I think it was because I was missing you. Partly it was because then a princess as well, and missing her, and I haven't been grand this week. I have managed to keep everything to 15 swips. I did max out at 15 swips. So technically I've been on plan, but I haven't been as on plan as I normally am, keeping it within 5 to 15, if that makes sense. But also I haven't had a poop. I haven't been very regular with that. We got some more prunes in M&S, didn't we?
Yeah.
So I'm back on my lovely M&S prunes, which are helping a little bit.
But nice, again, though. I tried one.
Yeah.
Quite nice.
Me and my gastro issues, do you know, it's just an ongoing issue. So anyway, I got on the scales, and all that being said, I had a gain of £3. So last week I was 16 stone 8. This week I'm 16 stone 11. I gained £3. I'm okay with that. I'm a little disappointed, but seeing as my weight fluctuated for the longest time, and it's only in the last couple of months where it's been a little more at point. It's been a little more sort of regular, if you like, a little bit more sort of controllable. But normally it fluctuates a lot anyway. So I'm okay with £3. Hopefully I'll have that off again this coming week. It does mean that I'll say that. Hang on. I've just completely contradicted myself the minute I looked in the book. So, for going back to the end of January, I had a £3.5 gain on plan. Then I lost 6. Then I maintained. Then I lost 3. Then I gained £1. Then I maintained. Then I've lost 1. Then I've lost 3. And so now I've gained that 3 back. So effectively, that's effectively a maintain over the 2 weeks. Which is roughly my pattern. So it does mean I'm back to £18 away from target. It does put that date further back a little bit, which is, you know, one of those things. But I'm not particularly worried. You know, it's coming off as it's coming off. It's doing what it needs to do. Long term, I'm going in the right direction. And overall, I will happily accept whatever the scale show, because I know that those extra 5 swips may well be what did it. Or it could be I'm still a bit bunged. It could be all sorts of things. Likely the stress hasn't helped. Likely the, again, healing from the eye operation hasn't helped. Overall though, £3 on, I'll accept that. So there we go. What do I want to lose for this week coming? Same old. No change there then. It does mean though, very luckily for me, I am still at my 7 stone. I'm still 7 stone and £0.5. So I squeaked in by the skin of my teeth there, and kept my 7 stone metaphorical award, because I haven't got a 7 stone award. So yeah, I'm happy with that, and could have been worse, could have been better. £3 on. I'm not going to let it derail me. As Luke says, it's 5 seconds on the scales. In our case, I think it's about 30 seconds, because you've got to wait for it to do the calibration, and then it does your height, and then it does it goes, and then it says, enter more coins if you would like to know your body fat composition, or get off the scales now, and then it gives you a printout. So it's a little bit longer than that. But anyway, that was my result, and for that I do get the clap. However, yay! I know I gained, so I shouldn't get the clap. But do you know what? I'm perfectly fine. Years ago, I would have gone, oh my God, I've had a gain. I will go and eat all the burgers now. But now, Jane says, Jane Day the Empress says, you just paid for 36 weeks in advance, which was less than your friend pays for 1 month of Manjaro. That's a good point. 36 weeks, that's like... Hang on, 36 weeks?
26 weeks is half a year.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to work out. That's like 8 months or so. Wow, that's amazing. That's commitment, that is. Right then, let's have a look.
So ours is up soon as well, so we've got to...
We do. Got to contact them.
Do that.
Melinda says you've got great news. What's your great news, Melinda? Hopefully everything is grand. Belinda, £1 on this week, but still in Target. It was a very heavy carb week. Again, you can have carbs.
Yeah.
But they can make a difference, can't they?
Yeah,
we know that. They really,
yeah.
really can make a difference. Let me move that up.
Yeah.
There we go. Finally, after all these years, I moved the clap up.
Yeah.
I know. Audrey, that's
So
why you got...
Is this bit working now?
No, none of it. None of that works. Audrey says that's why you got an extension on your current countdown. You got it at the old price. Ah, clever, you see. Yeah, clever. Anne-Marie, you lost £1. Well done to you, my darling. Oh, there we go, on screen. Well done, Anne-Marie. Melinda Brown, you lost £2. Well done, my darling. That's awesome. You get the clap as well. Hang on, Anne-Marie got the clap. We're going to have to... Yeah, hold on. Yeah, we both simultaneously went to do our coffees and then realised we can't do the clap. So give us a second. Let me pull my coffee from the flask into the doozer.
So if you paid for the thing before the price change, then
yeah, you get £5.95, not whatever it went up to, £6.95 or £7.45 in Luke's case.
I don't know. You could pay that much up in one go.
Yeah, it's a countdown. So if you're already on a countdown, you just go, oh, I've got a countdown extension. I'll pay for the rest of the year. I'll pay 36 weeks. Anyway,
we haven't done that though.
For Melinda Brown and Anne-Marie Pollitt, they've both got the clap. And also Audrey for getting hers at a discount price. Well done. Right, so then.
When does the new changes start then?
I don't know. End of the month, is it? Is it the end of first week in April?
So if we do our online before...
I don't know if it affects online members. We'll have to go and have a look. I'll have to do it on the laptop.
Online, have a look, yeah.
We'll have to have a look at that, yeah. Karen Dewar, you stayed the same this week. Well done to you, my darling. You get the clap. How do you feel about that? There's no shame to maintain.
No.
Could be a podcast. I know, right? That's absolutely grand. That's really good. If that's what you were aiming for. If you've worked really hard all week and you've been food optimizing or calorie count, I know food optimizing because she got the ultimate takeaway book, the fakeaway book. It depends though. I've just had a thought. Karen, were you doing the fakeaways from the fakeaway book, or did you go, I'm going to make this fakeaway pizza, I'm going to order a pizza and compare it. I'm going to make the fakeaway vindaloo, and I'm going to order a vindaloo and compare it. Because that's not good.
No.
It doesn't quite work that way, does it? No. But if you're happy with the maintain, then honestly, massive thumbs up, you get the clap. Janet, you get you put £1 on, but happy it was a retirement dinner, so you get a clap. That's amazing to only gain £1.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
From a retirement, I bet there was all sorts of off-plan food there. That's awesome. Oh my god, Susie Brown, you lost £4 this week. Well pleased. I'm not surprised. £4 is amazing.
£4 is really good as long as you weren't poorly.
Yes.
And that's why you lost £4.
And as long as it was, you were trying to lose weight. Because if actually you were trying to maintain or trying to like plateau for a bit, then £4 might not be good. If you were already at target, £4 takes you out of your bubble. Yeah. Your bubble is popped. So yeah, but hopefully you say well pleased, so that means she's happy with that. That's good. Luke John, £2 off. Well done for you. You get the clap. But after 10.5 on the 2 weeks prior, I can't make weigh in on Friday, so should have an okay week next. Do you know what though? You gained 10.5 in those 2 weeks, but you've owned it. You could have not come back to YouTube. You could have decided that you were going to run away and hide, but you took it on the chin.
Yeah, just dust yourself off and carry on.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, we all have times off. Yeah. You know, again, I think I still hold the record at £17 in 2 weeks. Although somebody did gain £17 on a cruise in 1 week, a Disney cruise. So
that was 3 days. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that was 3 days.
That was 3 days.
But that was probably alcohol, because there's a lot of alcohol in
they had unlimited alcohols.
So that's different.
Yeah.
I think I still hold the record for food.
Because you said, was it for like, they'd been away for like a week or two.
Exactly.
And they went,
did you go for 2 weeks?
Days.
Oh yeah, they did. I remember.
They went, it's 3 days.
Yeah. Deborah Fleming, you weighed yourself on Saturday. Stayed the same. Looks like you're on a plateau. Well, you get the clap, my darling.
That's not bad.
That's okay.
Yeah.
However, for all of you that are maintaining, if that's what you want, great. That's perfect.
Yeah.
If you are hoping for losses, maybe write a food diary this week.
It's all right if you're on the maintain train.
Yeah. If you intend being on the maintain train, because the maintain train, I don't know whether you've ever been on it.
No.
No. The maintain train.
I ain't got there yet.
No. Do you know what it is? People talk about the maintain train. You know, we're on the motorway and we go on diversions. We got to our roundabout and then we're off on the Slimming World journey.
Yeah, I'm on the motorway. You're on the A roads.
I am on the A roads. Yeah. I've just taken a little.
Divert.
I've just paused and gone back because I wanted to look at that really nice
park
house.
and ride area. Right.
Park and no ride. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Unfortunately, the maintain train, it's really cool because it's one of those closed lines, and it's actually.
Do your washing while you're there?
Yeah, no, closed lines.
Oh, not a
the
closed
maintain
line.
train is a steam train.
Oh.
And it's Alan were like this. It's a steam train run by volunteers, and it goes round there, round the corner, back round, and there again. That's all the maintain train is. It just takes you on a loop.
That one, and you get your dinner as well.
No, not on the maintain train. No. Because that would be the gain train. That's a whole other thing. The maintain train, you just go around in a big loop.
Oh, maybe
lots of lovely scenery.
Was that
lots of things to see? But you just go around in a
when Alan gets off the train, then they go and have something to eat.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But
looks good though. Yeah, I enjoyed that video.
The maintain train is just one of those rides at Disney that you just go round and round and round. You know, the kiddie rides.
Yeah.
That's the maintain train.
I've always, do you know what? I'll be able to get in one soon.
I know. We were talking about going karting.
I know, right?
Go karting.
Could you imagine getting one of those things at the fairground and being one of those little cups and just spin round as you go round? Could you imagine?
I get dizzy looking at them, so I don't know how that was like. But if anybody is on that maintain train and you didn't want to be on there, have a food diary this week. Write down for yourself what it is that you're eating. Just double check everything, scan everything, double check everything, because it may well be that while Slimming World doesn't work on calories, it is very much about nutrient dense, energy in, energy out, all of that balance. And so again, we all know sex hormones can make a difference. So your estrogen levels, your the other one, testosterone levels, can make a difference. So can your dopamine levels, so can your adrenaline levels. All the other hormones that work in our body can affect how much weight we lose, whether you've had too much salt, whether you're been dehydrated or overhydrated. All of these things can have an effect.
But I do think just writing down what you're eating, like say before you have it, it's kind of that. I think partly is that oh, I'm going to have this, or maybe I'm going to have that as my healthy extra today, and maybe that is really good to help you decide what you're having and if you're eating the right things. And but I think it's really helped me a lot just writing everything down, and then kind of like I think I've done better from writing down because if you're processing what you're about to have and deciding what you're about to have, and I write it all down. And I think by me doing that, also, we bought books today. So we bought diaries, even though it's now March. But these they were like, was it a hardback book you got? And I've got I don't know.
It's a hardback book, but it's got a nice soft feel.
Yeah,
cover.
my one. And for the rest of the years, I basically had one of these, I don't know, just like your normal little notebook. But now we've got is it A5 size, I believe they are, and we got them for £1 each.
They're really nice diaries that at beginning of the year probably would have been $9.99 each, like a nice thick book size.
But each sheet of it is
a page a day.
A page a day.
Yeah.
So I've I thought it will keep a lot cleaner if every day, I mean, I can fit everything I eat in one day just on this one sheet. And I put the date on the top, but I thought from now on, for the rest of the year, I'm going to write in the A5 diary 1 page, like I say, 1 page a day, and put everything down in there. So at the end of the year, I can see, am I still eating the same amount of food, and has any of that changed? And over the year, if I ever want to go, do you know what? I wonder what I was eating in April or in May, you know, even if I go out for my birthday or whatever I have is all going to get written in there. And I think it would just be really interesting to keep and look back on the things that I were having and how many healthy extras, and you know, because I do have, like I say, one day I don't normally have 2 fibre choices, but one day I did have a baked I was going to say baked potato then, baked apple with mincemeat in it, and also 2 of the wheat, like 2 Weetabix, and I turned into Weetabix cake with egg.
So that's actually then 1.5 fibres you had that day.
Yeah, 1.5 fibres that day, because I only put 2 Weetabix in it for the 4 cakes. So yeah.
So, but yeah, so the diary, food diaries really do help. Shen London, you maintained this week. You're going to have some SP days to shift £1.5 to get your 2 stone award. Warning on that, SP days have never worked for us. Not in previous times, not this time round. They've never worked. Every time we've done an SP day, I have gained.
You
so
can, like I say, you can
careful.
overeat the protein. You can, like say, it's supposed to be, is it 50-50? I believe.
I don't
know. I don't think it's meant to be 50-50, because when we were doing it, it was like
all I know is
protein and speed. Obviously, you can't have regular yogurt if you normally have regular yogurt. But you can have things like cottage cheese and other stuff instead of. But
but all I know is I've always gained on an SP day, so we don't.
I don't know why it just doesn't really work well with us.
But again, try a diary. I know it sounds ridiculous, and it's the first thing everybody in the Slimming World says, but aim to write it down before it goes in your mouth. So either as you're cooking it or even as you're planning it. I've had my healthy extra fibre choice today. I had prunes, because that seemed to be what my body needs, is a little bit of help and a bit of assistance. So that's my fibre choice. So I now know I've had one. My second, or my calcium choice, is always going to be coffees. Always. So probably my third choice later today will probably be a calcium choice, or depending on how much coffee I have, or it will be just to have the 2.
But yeah, mostly, even me, I've still just been on 2 calcium choices, and
because we like our coffees,
and
don't we?
I say fibre choice. I don't tend to have my healthy fats as much.
But again, you get the clap as well, Shen London, because the maintain is nothing to be sneezed at. Lisa Temler, £2 gain. However, a family wedding. You were really good with the food choices. The problem was an open bar and still drinking in our hotel room, silly o'clock, but great seeing family that we rarely see. So you get a half clap. It's a half clap because it's only half the fingers. Look, half the fingers on the palm. But
it's a memory.
It's a huge memory. Lovely event.
If that were me, I would do it as well.
Yeah.
So,
however, what you wouldn't do is the alcohol.
Probably not,
because we choose not to drink.
But I would have still enjoyed food and just enjoyed my time and everything, and made good memories, and But
it does show how much difference alcohol alone can make. So you've had your food on plan, or your food within your calories, or whatever it is that you're doing, absolutely grand, and then it's the alcohol, and you can see that direct correlation of I drank all night, then I had a £2 gain. So at least you know where that's come from. So again, well done, back on the plan, straight back on, lovely memories. £2 not a lot in the grand scheme of things, is it? At the end of the day, £2 gain for a wonderful memory. If that means say if it takes you lose £0.5 a week, and it takes you 4 more weeks to get to where you want to go. for the sake of a memory of seeing family at a wedding, some family you probably ain't seen for a while and having a whale of a time.
That's it.
It's grand.
That's it.
Grand. Audrey, snap Lisa, I gained the 2.5 pounds I lost the previous week. How do you feel about that, Audrey, my darling? We're going to give you the clap because you're here and you've turned up.
That's it.
But how do you feel about that, my love?
But that is sometimes the hardest part, is just, you know,
not letting it affect you.
Yeah, and just owning it and just going, that's what happened. Draw the line and just carry on.
And again, you might have been 100% on plan. You might have upped your SWIP slightly like I did, or you might have eaten off plan, or you might have been 100% on plan like I was the other week and I gained 4.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You might have put a lot of stock cubes and things in your food, or lots of salt
or
on your
not.
dinner. Or...
You might have been 100% on it.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
It. And just don't know where it comes from.
And cabbage every day.
Yeah.
And still had a gain.
Yeah.
We don't know sometimes. No. But seriously, major clap from us for not letting it affect you and carrying on with the plan. So yeah. We all know after my Sunday confession, says Dormouse, £3.5 gain. But again, you've turned up. And to be honest, you had some major losses the last few weeks that you weren't wanting. When you only want £0.5 loss and you were getting £3 here and £2.5 there, that's a lot. So the fact that, again, you haven't thrown in the towel and gone, sod it, I'll buy all the Easter eggs, I'll start again after Easter, or hot cross buns or whatever.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So yay. Irene, oh sorry, Dormouse, you get the clap. Also, when I can get on sodding WhatsApp, I will message you back. It might not be till tomorrow now.
Was it they're going to do your phone?
Hopefully they do my phone in the morning.
Yeah.
He did say they open at 9, but they'll be there early, see if I can get up and get there early. And I was like, are you having a laugh? 9. Irene Baird says, hi, hope you're both okay. Went to Slimmy World, put on £0.5, but still in target. Well done for being in target. Also, £0.5, that is genuinely a cup of coffee. Not even that. That was the other thing. When I weighed in on Tuesday, I had absolutely no idea what day it was. In fact, my brain says it was Saturday, so much so.
And I got back and it was like,
when you,
I'm just going to get changed because it's like going to get weighed. And
well, you put your shorts on. I was like, why is he putting shorts on? I was like, I don't understand. I just thought, it's not that bloody warm. What are you doing? And then I thought, maybe it's because he's been driving up. Maybe he's a bit warm. He's been sat in one place. He's a bit warm in that region. So he's puts his shorts on. So he's got a more of an airflow situation. I thought, oh, that's probably what it is. Didn't even enter my head it was Tuesday.
Yeah, weigh in.
And I'd had numerous coffees because I hadn't slept. So I'd had coffees. I think I'd had about 3 or 4 coffees and an energy drink before you turned up. And I was like, oh yeah, it's Tuesday. My brain just hadn't, and normally that's not what I do. But also I've been awake all day. But anyway, it's £3 on. You got the countdown extension too, Shen London. Everyone's doing this. It's really clever.
I think we need to.
I know, right? Melinda, you've got great news, but also not so good news. The Americans with Disabilities Act told your employer they have to allow you to go back to your previous position prior to your injury with accommodations. That's awesome.
Huh, that's really good.
Oh, the sad news is you'll miss our live chat sessions. You can always watch us on repeat, my darling. Yeah. You can watch us on repeat with 2 times speed and then just get rid of all the waffly bits.
Yeah.
You can. Angel Wings, you've decided to weigh once a month. That is an awesome decision if you can do it. I tried that. I also tried weighing every week and only being told once a month. Oh my God, it drove me crazy because I will never weigh every day, but at least every week I know where I can make a little adjustment here or a little adjustment
otherwise
there.
You can get obsessed with the scale when
it's
not
you can.
Really good for you.
So whilst I don't look at the general picture, I don't really obsess about it. I'm aware, and in my brain I go, I got on the scales, I was £3 heavier. That could be a random fluctuation. It could be this, it could be that, it could be the other, it could be the lack of sleep, it could be the multiple coffees, it could be the not having a poop regularly.
There's varied things about that as well. Like I say, you'll get loads of fitness people who'll go, oh yeah, you must get on the scale every morning. As soon as you're awake, go to the toilet, get on the scale. And every day like that. And it's like, I don't think that's very good for you, like all the time. But
no.
And as well, your scale at home won't be the same as going to Slimming World and getting on their scale, or like I say, we use the Boots scale because it's very much like the same as Slimming World.
Yeah,
that's why we use that one.
Karen Dewar says, haha, I'm happy with my results this week. I've been on plan with no takeaway fakeaways. That's good then, my darling. Susie Brown, not unwell. The plan works if you work it. It does. Well done for you. That is an amazing result. Everyone, or Kimberly saying well done from Melinda. It's okay being on the A roads as long as you avoid the picnic areas. Absolutely.
That's very true.
Can
the
you
hot dogs? Oh, you always find a hot dog store, a burger van, or something there.
Can you what? Can you do me them books, please? And where did you get them? We got the.
We just got the diaries.
They're just diaries. Just a page a day diary. We got them in
A5 hardback diaries.
Yeah. I think you can. I think last time we were in Poundland, I think they even still had some in Poundland.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Cheap,
just a regular diary, just with one. Is it? One
page a day, not a food diary. It's just a regular diary that we just write in. You can also get, if you go on to places like eBay and Amazon, you can get Filofax inserts that I've still got this year's dates on. Again, it just saves us writing down March 21st, March 23rd, March 47th, because that's not even a date. I know, and I wrote that down. It's not even a date. Anyway, Angel Wings, you're going to write it down. You stop going to group to save money. Absolutely, I can understand that. Melinda Brown, you kept a food diary. That's how I figured out onion was causing your migraines. That's another plus size.
I said, didn't we, before like say before we got our books and started writing it all down, I can't remember what I ate last week, let alone like a month ago, or...
No, I can't.
So by writing it down every day, if I have like half a pot of my 450 gram yogurt or 2 Muller Lights that day, it all gets written down.
Yeah.
And so I can always look back and see what I was doing.
Dormouse says, wow, just made veg packed chicken fried rice. Sounds amazing. Oops, 4 chilies. A glowing dormouse. Oh,
I bet.
It would be a sweating maniacally Lisa if I had that.
Yeah.
Melinda Brown says, do I like papaya? It helps you go. All the peas, prunes, plums and papaya. Oh, I didn't know that. I'll have to have a look. I don't mind papaya, actually. It's always good.
And prunes.
And prunes and plums, which is just... Plums are prunes that aren't dried out. Yes. A plum, when it moves to Florida to live, it becomes a prune. That's a very funny American joke.
Also baked apple.
Baked potato.
Yeah.
Thank you, baked
apple.
Potato and you missed my very funny joke. It was a very funny joke for the Americans. No, plums become prunes when they move to Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a funny joke about older people retiring to Florida and getting lines.
You wouldn't get any of them, would
you?
Because
it was a very funny joke for the Americans. You just don't understand because you're not American. Just the Americans. I know, right?
Yeah.
Carrying on, like you says, it is what it is. Exactly, my darling. Yeah, you obsess, so trying not to. Absolutely, well done. Audrey, as I sit listening and glowing, my eye is drawn to the last 3 chilies. I feel they will not go back in the fridge. Oh my god. Oh my god. It is funny joke. I never heard it because I just invented it. It came in my head. I just made it up.
That's about right.
Janet, I'm typing like I've had a drink. The thing is, you don't drink. It's all that. It's because you're exhausted after doing all the things now you've retired.
That's it.
You feel that, oh, be careful, Dormouse. 7 chilies in one evening. I feel sorry for your poor bum tomorrow. Anyway, off the subject of that, onto the subject of weighing in. Rufus, would you like to share your weigh-in result with us, seeing as you haven't done that yet? You weighed in after me.
I did weigh in.
You got on the scales, you put your 50 pence and your 20 pence in the machine.
I did. Last week I was 15 stone and I the last
15 stone dead on.
Dead on. Last 2 weeks I'd maintained. Is that right?
Yeah.
Last 2 weeks I maintained, and this week I lost £3. So,
which is awesome.
So I'm now 14 stone, £11.
which is absolutely amazing.
Which also means I'm actually at my 10 stone loss now altogether.
So, well, not altogether,
Well,
this time round on
this
plan.
time on plan, yeah.
Which
So, yeah.
is absolutely bloody amazing. So, Rufus, you get this up on screen. Oh,
I get 2 awards. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no, you can't see us. I pressed the wrong buttons.
Oh no!
Ah, what's happening? Hang on, hang on, hang on. Let me press the buttons again. Let me press the buttons again. There!
Yay!
Right where you are. Look, a 4 and a 6 because I haven't got a 10. Well done. That is genuinely, that's amazing.
I know.
So what have you lost now in total since your biggest? Is that going to be like...
Well, in here, it was...
Let me
in
find
total were 14 stones, £7. That was up until week 74. But since then...
So now you're 14 stone, £10. Because you've lost 3 more.
Yeah.
Yeah. 14 stone, £10.
All in total, yeah.
Bloody hell. So this time round, since October 2024, so in 18 months, you've lost 10 stone.
Yeah.
Oh my...
But I said, like I say, a lot of it is just mindset change, and that a
lot of it is bloody hard work.
I don't make excuses for myself.
No.
I used to, and I used to be like, oh, I'll have all my swips, and some days I still have 10 swips a day, like most of them. I just use, you know, food rather than just sugary snacks and stuff like that.
I've got to say that, as it says on screen, wowzer, and that is astounding. That is absolutely incredible. In 18 months as well.
Yeah.
You're doing so amazing.
Yeah, it's just what we do now, isn't it?
It is. It's just our lifestyle now. But you have, I think from day one, you've been on the much clearer road than me. My road's got cattle grids and all sorts of stuff on it, innit?
No.
The hold on to your bum as you go over the cattle grid.
Yeah.
And your road's slightly more clear. What's it called? M roads, motorways.
Motorway.
That one.
Yeah.
That is so incredible though. So is that, hang on, that's £140 you've lost.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Bloody hell.
And then, like I say, next week is so this is week 76 this week. And next week is week 77.
Week 77. In 76 weeks. Computer, what is 140 divided by 76?
140 divided by 76 is approximately 1.8421.
So you've averaged more than £1.75 every week. That's the weeks where you've had a slight gain a couple of times, some maintains over everything. That is incredible.
I said, if you find you have maintains every now and again, don't let it worry. You know, don't stress over it.
No,
just
absolutely incredible.
You know.
Incredible.
It could be, like I said, those weeks where you have a few extra calories, and even though it's totally on plan, sometimes that does happen. You know, can't be perfect every week, but you know, as long as you stick with it, you'll get there.
I'll just write in your book.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm Luke John. Week 76. 14 stone, £10 is your... That is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Do you want to sign it as well?
No, you don't sign it. I just put which week it was and how much you lost, your total.
Thanks. Yeah.
So yeah, well done everyone. If a grape goes to California, wouldn't it become wine? No, it'd become a raisin.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Oh no, hang on. If it goes to Florida, it'll become a raisin. Old people, lines, faces, all that stuff. Yeah, well done. If a grape goes to California...
Oh, I best put that in my book now.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a joke in there about it being crushed or about it being something. I don't know. But yes, well done. I know everybody's saying well done to you.
It's just what we do now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's just life.
Oh yeah, grape roost to California becomes a raisin. Yes, I think that's funny. James Thompson. Psyllium husk
powder
is good for regular bowel movements. Although B&M regular B&M shopping. Must drink a lot of water also. That's really good. Thank you for that. I might have a look at that. Someone else said that to me once. I always want to say Pycilium, but it's not. It's psyllium. Angela Brown says, well done, Rufus, and well done to the losers and the maintainers. Well done to everybody, your group leader, Audrey, was scrabbling around looking through her Slimming World stuff for a 12.5 stone certificate last Friday for one of our males in the 7:30 group. Well done. That is awesome. Everyone's saying well done to Rufus, but also, as Melinda says, well done to all of us. Even if you haven't had the result, even if you haven't had the result that you were expecting this week, or that you were hoping for, or that you were aiming for, whatever you have turned up today, or whatever you're watching this, you are still in that mindset of you can do it. You've just got to
stick to it.
Yay! You've just got to keep going. Just keep going. Regardless of what the effect was or the result was last week, it's a whole new week, it's a whole new day, it's a whole new meal. Just keep going.
And if, like I say, if you aren't writing down what you're eating, maybe try it. Because, like I said, I really feel that's worked for us really well. So,
Melinda Brown did say, have you never heard of the California raisins? It was a commercial in the 80s. Yes, I have. In fact, not only have I heard of it, I used to have some of the figures, because they came out with little figures, like crappy vinyl, plasticky figurey things that didn't move or anything, but there was a whole little collection of them that you could get. So we know those. Everyone is doing so well. Squishy dormouse hugs for everyone. Yay, that's so cool. Just being here is encouraging. Kimberly, we do try, but listen, at the end of the day, the reality is none of us got to our biggest sizes overnight. None of us got there by eating crap food every single meal every single day, because there will be days where we go, oh, I just have a little side salad, or I just have this, or I just have that. We make better choices occasionally. In the same way, when we're losing weight, there'll be odd times where it works in reverse, where you go on that maintain train, on that loop, or you go round the roundabout 15 times, or whatever it might be. There will always be times, right? None of us are perfect, apart from him. None of us are perfect. None of us are you are perfect. You're perfect for me. None of us are perfect apart from him. None of us are robotic. We all struggle with various things, and it's just about going, do you know what? Tomorrow is another day. Which is a whole thing.
Yeah, that's
I know,
really
right?
true.
Tomorrow is another day. Oh, quite frankly, my dear.
But don't wait for tomorrow. Draw the line right now. If you've had a bad day, draw the line and start right now.
Mushy Peas hug to Dormouse, lovely. Melinda Brown says, for all the witches, today is Day of Oaths. So mine is, I will become a healthy weight for my body. That's awesome. And John Luke, do you mean Luke John? Yes. Yes. So then, what else have I got on my list of doodads? We've got no choosy today because we're doing the kebab on meat. Tuesday, all being well. And so then, just our goals of the week. So then, what new day, new start? It can even be, Belinda, new meal, new start. You might have had a really crap lunch and then gone, oh, but my dinner can be super on plan. My dinner can be super counted and super good. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to do it day by day. You can do it meal by meal.
That's it.
Because again, for a lot of the times, going meal by meal was all I was capable of at one time. Because if I thought too much about the long term, I would get completely overwhelmed. So then, let's have a wee look. The goals for this coming week, Rufus. What are your goals for this coming week? Does it say week? Does it say... You can't quite see the K. Look, it says goals for the coming week.
Goals for this week. I think, I say, like I've said if I lost £1 to £1.50 every week now, I would be more than happy for that for this coming week. But also, I've got to check through shirts and trousers as well this week to make sure that I've got something that fits me, if for when I need it.
For whenever the funeral is. Yeah.
So yeah, so I need to do that as well this week coming now. But yeah. And,
again,
also we've got loads of, I've brought back stuff for me again this week of clothes, so we've got to go charity shops probably tomorrow anyway
and do the donations
and donate like larger clothes my mum had, even a lot of it new and barely worn in bigger sizes. Yeah, so we've got to go and take a load of that to the charity shops. Is it to the ones that do like hospice care and stuff for people at home? So yeah, we're gonna donate to there. So yeah,
we are. And so your on scale goal is,
yeah. I say if I lose £1 to £1.50 this week coming, then I'll be more than happy.
wow, don't forget, as your consultants would all say, if you lost 1.87 pounds, it would be your average for this whole 18 months.
That's what I mean. If I lose £1 to £1.50, I'd be very happy.
Yeah. My goal in terms of weight loss this week is I'm gonna say 2.
Yeah.
I won't lose 3 because that'll be impossible, but I'm gonna say 2.
Yeah.
My quiet kind of actual goal is just no matter what else happens, I do not want to gain anything because I'm only just in my 7 stone bracket, and I do not want to lose that. So, because that's another thing that happens often, isn't it, with me? I get to a stone award and then I lose it a couple of weeks after. It takes me weeks to get it back.
And then go forward and then move
so
a bit further
I'm
forward.
hoping that I can get a £2 loss this week. That's what I'm going to be aiming for. That's going to be my goal. But again, I've been on plan and gain. So who knows? What about a non-scale victory? Oh yeah, you said your non-scale goal is to go sort out. So we've got things on standby for whenever the funeral is likely to be. And again, I think for me, I've ordered a size 18 and a size 20 dress. So imagine ordering a size 18. However, the jeans I've got on are a size, I think they're an 18, or no, I think they're a 16, and I've lost them twice. I walked in the door, didn't I, with shopping today, and I was like, Rufus, my jeans have gone. And he's like, what? And I lifted up my jumper top and I was like, look, and they're literally hanging round my knees. Your goals: drink water even though it's difficult. Can you drink squash, Kimberly? Like diluted squash, because that's a way of doing it. Or lemon tea, cold coffee, iced coffee, any of those things. That's a good way of getting it in.
What about the fruity teas and that? You can
fruit teas, anything like that.
You don't have to have it hot. You can just let it go cold and then just put it in a flask and just take it with you wherever you are.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, people do like cucumber water and stuff, don't they? Infuse cucumber water, mint and stuff.
I don't understand the point of that.
Put lemon in water. Lemon's quite nice in water.
As long as you don't peel it, you just have it bobbing on top. Yeah. Delicious. Luke John, thank you, Kimberly. You're still here just sorting out paperwork for Mum before the hospital tomorrow. Good luck with everything for you, Luke, at your end. My goal this week is to get back on track, says Luke. A lot going on personally and it's thrown you, but I can see a more positive response coming your way. Fingers crossed, my friend. I hope that the week ahead is a good one. Just remember, one meal at a time, one day at a time. If you can't food plan for 3-4 days in advance, just plan for your next meal.
That's it.
If that's all you can plan for, just plan for your next meal. Dormouse, your goal is literally a meal at a time. Literally what I just said. If unable to eat, remind myself it's okay and better to have a meal replacement than nothing at all. Absolutely. My eyesight is returning slowly, Deborah. It's very milky and blurred, but I can read. Hang on, I can't read the comments on there. I can just about read the next comment down from Melinda, which says, I've been drinking my barley water. Is that right? Is that what it says?
Yeah.
It's difficult, but I can make that out. So yay. You did do a squash type drink last night. Then do squash type drinks, my darling. Drink the Kool-Aid. It's hard, Lucas, with all knowledge and skills in the world. Personal stuff just hits us full on, and it's hard. It really is. Old people, what are you saying? I'm saying nothing, my darling. This week is to write everything down and reflect on it next Wednesday. That's a really good goal, Janet. Well done for that. Your goal, Melinda, is meal planning and prepping for your lunches for work so you don't get fast food, otherwise known as a takeaway. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, Jane bought 3 countdowns at the old price and saved 30 quid. Well done, that's amazing.
I said maybe we should do the online and see if we can just pay up front for the...
I don't know. I think it's a standard price. I don't think the online price has gone up. It's still £60 for 3 months, I think. I think so. And Jane also says, that's a fantastic result, Rufus. You must feel absolutely amazing.
Yeah, just usual for me.
Yeah. Do you feel any different?
No.
Getting to your 10 stone, any different than you did at 9 stone or 8 stone?
No.
No?
Just saying.
Feel different than you did at 1 stone, because then your journey was still ahead of you. And now you're like, you can see the light of the tunnel or whatever. You can see like...
I can see, I'm starting to see that, just that...
It's not going to make a difference to what we eat, though, if you suddenly hit target tomorrow, because we eat as if we're on target already.
Like I say, I am, was it 14 stone 11, and my goal is to get down to maybe 13 and a half. I think that's what I'd set a group to get down to. The one I'd set before, obviously when I was attending group, was to get to 15 stone, and then obviously now my aim was eventually to go to 13 and a half.
But 15 stone is only, I know it says only, but is only £25 away.
What?
15 stone?
No.
What?
To get to 15 stone.
What are you now?
That was my goal originally, to get to 15 stone.
So what are you now?
14.11.
Oh. And you want to get to 13?
13 and a half.
So that is, hang on, that is £18 away then. Yeah. So you're also you're the same as me.
Yeah.
£18 away from target.
Yeah.
My God, you'll have that before I will.
So that's my goal, is to get to 13 and a half. And I think that gets me to, I think, is it at that point I shouldn't be,
I don't know.
I'll have to double check.
I didn't realise you were as close to target as I am. Yeah. Oh my God, the race is on. The heat is on.
I'm not in a race with anybody though. I'm just doing it. It just comes off when it comes off.
It does.
I say some weeks, you don't quite get what you think you might get that week. But that's okay. I'm okay with that.
Irene, you say your goal this week is to change your menu as you're a wee bit bored with the same food. You can do that, can't you? You can get very, very, very bored.
But I said on the app, I said there's loads of, if you don't have lots of the books though, there's loads of recipes on the app as well, aren't there? Lots of.
Deborah says you resisted the temptation to eat snacks from Costa Coffee at the hospital this afternoon as your husband was in the emergency eye clinic. I hope your husband is doing okay. I know how stressful it is to have sudden eye issues and things. It's very, very terrifying. But, my darling, well done, because Costa is very good at putting all the things front and centre, and then you're waiting for a coffee and you're like, and all the beige food is just going, look at me,
and it all just sits there, doesn't it? You walk past it all to get your coffee. Yeah, it's just...
Yeah. Whereas now I look at the beige food and just go, I'd rather have a tomato and some cucumber and a bit of lettuce and a bit of yellow pepper, because that's bright, colourful.
Yeah.
Whereas that just looks beige. I don't do beige.
But it's just dense, isn't it? There's just nothing to it.
Lisa Temlet, your goal is to meal plan and stick to it. You've been planning and then not sticking to it too much recently. We meal plan.
We do.
About 2 or 3 days ahead. So we don't meal plan for the whole week because we change our minds too much. But we know we've got, for tonight, we've got chicken, haven't we? Yeah. We've got chicken for tonight because we've cooked it already. So that's what we're going to have tonight with jacket potato or jacket sweet potato.
I think tomorrow
we've got the chicken tikka but you're gonna, or no, I'm gonna make it the chicken tikka masala.
Yeah, just marinate it and then.
Yeah, from the 50 Golden Greats Slimming World recipe, and some either, if we're super lazy, I might just do the long grain rice that we bought today.
We've got some packets.
Some packet rice, dead easy. One swip for the rice. Yep. So that's for tomorrow, and then the day after we've got beetroot burgers and Moroccan burgers that are in the fridge.
Yep.
And the only reason we're planning it that way round is because the chicken is a little bit short dated, so we've got to eat that. The chicken bits, what's it called? Chicken chunks,
just diced chicken.
The diced chicken, yeah. So that's got a short date on it. So that's for tomorrow. The roast chicken is done so that we'll have the breasts and the dogs will have everything else between them. So and Mr. Felix will have a little bit of the chicken. So they'll have the chicken, the legs, the bones, the carcass, all the underneath bits, all of that.
I got them that it was a reduced steak. I got them. It's a thick cut rump steak, and Mr. Felix also likes that as well now.
Yeah. He does. Felix likes rump steak.
He does, yes.
So that's how we food plan. So we know what we're having a few days in advance. We also have things in the freezer. So we've got 5% mince. There's chicken in there. There is chicken breast fillets in there. We've got some more beetroot and Moroccan burgers that are in the fridge that are cold, ready for us to eat at some point. That we've got a week or so on. So it gives us that freedom to say, oh, I don't fancy it. Or tomorrow, for instance.
We have days like that.
Tomorrow I'm really struggling, really tired, really wobbly. You might be feeling a bit under the weather or whatever. And so we'll go, do you know what? We'll have the beetroot burgers tomorrow, and the chicken will still be okay the following day. So there's a little bit of wiggle room so we can swap things in and out, but we know what we're having for the next 3 or 4 days. And then after that, we've got a rough idea. And that works for us, doesn't it? Because if we try and meal plan for the whole week, then I don't know how many spoons I'm going to have on tomorrow or the day after. You don't know. And so between us, we found that works best. So minimal food prepping and food planning. Well done, Deborah. Hope all is well with your husband, says Dormouse. Exactly. I agree. Your goal is to lose 2 pounds as well, Audrey. Join me on the 2 pound train. You found a beetroot kimchi in Tesco. It makes a nice change from the ordinary kimchi. That sounds good. Audrey says tomorrow is fresh fish Thursday with homemade chips and garden peas. That sounds bloody amazing.
It's nearly like a tongue twister.
It is. That sounds amazing. It's when hubby says, what's for tea? And I say, I don't know. He says, that's what we had yesterday. I say, I know. I made enough for 2 nights. Oh, my God. That's so funny.
I look at that, and to me, it says tomorrow is fresh fish. And then my brain automatically wants to put for the Thursday to start with an F.
Yeah, Friday.
My brain is...
Oh, you mean fresh fish Thursday.
Fresh Thursday. Yeah, my brain is telling me it should have an F. On the front of the Thursday, fresh fish Thursday.
And because Dormouse is so posh, the fishmonger has just emailed his pick of the week. I am likely to be joining you, Audrey.
That sounds nice.
Dormouse's fishmonger emails her what's been picked up this week.
Nice.
And on that note, we are going to go. Hopefully, down in the comments, down in the description box, is the link for Sunday's stream. So if you haven't done already, please go ahead and click that, and then it will set you up for a reminder. So you can do that now. I'm going to be trying making sure it's in place all the time. Lisa, that's hilarious. What did I say? What was funny? I don't remember what I said that was funny. Did I say a funny thing?
You always say funny things.
Oh, do I? Yeah. I don't remember them though. That's the problem. I don't remember. But thank you. So yes. What was I saying? Yeah. So down in the doodah is where the down in the description box is the link for Sunday. There is a way that it can go on the end of these lives, but I don't know how to do it. I'm still trying to learn all of that. And at the moment, life is lifing, so when I'm not sat in here streaming, it's very difficult.
Audrey's fishman.
You're a fishman with a van. Posts on his Facebook page.
Facebook.
Facebook.
Facebook. Is it the Facebook page?
Yes, Facebook. He also goes on very much
Where
plenty
can
of
we
fish.
get one of those then?
I know. He's also on very much plentyoffish.com.
We don't know any fish book people.
No.
No.
Deborah says, oh, my mouse is frozen. There we go.
Oh.
My husband was an outpatient and all is well. Thank you. He has posterior vitreous detachment where the gel inside your eyes changes. Generational sight problems makes him anxious. That is...
Oh.
The gel inside your eyes is really, really weird. I've been experiencing lots of issues with it since I had the bleed. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Eye problems are really a worry. They are. Grumpy is at the eye hospital on Friday. Grumpy, if you're listening, my darling, take things easy. Try not to worry, but do exactly what they tell you. If you got to put drops in 4 times a day, do your drops 4 times a day. If they do it once a day, do it once a day. If they tell you you've got to do this, and the other and wear a patch, do whatever they tell you, okay? It's not one for messing around, Grumpy, but I think you know that already. But anyway, everyone, we are going to go. We will see you on Sunday at 3 p.m. UK time for a Sunday reset, where we will be generally resetting your week. So, you know, hopefully you'll have a wonderful few days till Sunday. Everything will be fine in Fan Debbie Dozy. But if for any reason you do end up having a wobble, we'll kick you up the bum on Sunday if we need to. So, yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. Thank you for all your well wishes. Thank you for your condolences for Rufus's mum. And most of all, thank you for being here. And thank you for joining us.
Grumpy's more likely to listen to you.
Grumpy's more likely to listen to me. Dormouse, you can click this bit at the end and show him.
Grumpy to attend on Sunday and you can up the bum. Kick him up the bum if he's naughty.
Yeah, so this message goes out to Grumpy from me, Rufus, and the entire Losers Club. Do as you are told when it comes to your eye holes. Your eye holes are not for messing with. The squishy bit that's in your eye hole is a very complicated thing. So when you go to the eye hospital, if they tell you to sit on your bum and rest, you sit on your bum and rest. If they tell you to put drops in 27.9 times every single hour, that's what you do. We do not mess when it comes to the eyes and the eye clinic specialists. Okay, Grumpy? I know it's a pain in the backside. I know it's scary. But please, whatever they say to do, do. If they make you wear an eye patch, wear it. Own it. If they make you, I don't know, put those really thick lens glasses on that make you feel whatever. Do whatever, right? It's not something to mess around with.
But just be kind to
and
yourself.
Listen to Dormouse. And be kind to yourself and be kind to Dormouse. You're always kind to Dormouse, but you know what I mean.
Give your body time to heal.
Yes.
And look after yourself.
Yes. And don't expect it to heal too quickly.
No, like you do. Yeah, you're like, oh, it's so impatient.
I am very impatient. It's really annoying me that my sight has returned, but it's now milky over it, which is really
But
annoying.
he said you were going to have a snow globe effect every time you get up and move, that things can get cloudy. So you just got to...
I have listened to my doctor. I have my eye patches ready for when my eye feels tired. I don't know whether you can see, every time I'm blinking, this eye takes a couple of seconds or a couple of moments longer to open, because it's really like...
But yeah, you don't have patience.
No. Don't be a Lisa.
I am very patient.
Yeah. Be a Rufus. Don't be a Lisa.
Yeah.
Be more patient. Otherwise, you're being impatient at the hospital.
And then you get a kick up the bum.
Getting your eyes done big time. So, yeah. Hopefully that's helped. We will see you all very, very, very soon. Thank you, everybody. Janet says thank you everyone for a good evening. Belinda says good night everyone. Melinda says I'll still be able to join weekends. Well done, that's cool, can't wait to see you then. Jane Thompson, my mum just got diagnosed with melanoma in the eye. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope she's well soon. Deborah says RIP to Rufus's mum. Thank you Lisa and Rufus for another great stream. Bye everyone, says Audrey. And Dormouse says much love everyone and squishy hugs. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you all very soon. Don't forget, check out the other YouTubers. Mr. Luke John. Check out Debbie's World. I know she's not here right now, but she's normally on the stream. Check out, of course, the Empress Jane Day. Being Feast 57 isn't doing the Slimming World so much at the moment, but go and pay her channel a visit. All the rest of them are in our on our YouTube page. If you click on it on the channel page, there's a whole raft of other fabulous weight loss channels. Back to Basics, Laura and Kath, Al Geeky Slimmer, Kimberly Down South. There's so many amazing channels. Byron the Vegan Loser. There's loads of them on there. Please give them all lots of love, and tell them Lisa and Rufus sent you if you do go over and say hello.
And if you are naughty between now and Sunday, make sure I get my boot on.
What, your steel toe caps?
Yeah.
Your steelings?
Put my boot on.
Your big
Yeah.
boots with your
I'll
steelings.
be like, right.
Bend over.
Yeah.
Prepare the backside.
Yep.
You're going to get a kick up the bum.
Yeah.
And we will see you all again very soon. And as we always say, when it comes to losing weight, you can do it.
If you just stick to it.
And of course, be happy, be healthy, be authentic.
And we'll see you on Sunday.